Okay, we're gonna start the podcast, and well, actually, before we start, who wants to intro?
I think that's kind of like your thing.
Is that my thing?
Um, I think it's your thing.
Is
yeah.
it? Okay. It'd be funny if I like just decided to like leave this in as the intro, like cold intro. That'd be kind
Oh,
of
like
funny.
how we used to do with the other thing
Like
sometimes.
how, yes, like how we used to do with the other
Yeah.
thing.
Like
So,
we're
anyways,
fucking
hi.
retreading again.
Yeah,
Oh fuck, we started.
it's
Hi.
almost like
Oh,
it's
Wait, was
like
that second? Was that 7 seconds? I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't think it matters anymore, does it? It's not like we
I don't
actually
know.
are
That's true. Yeah, that's a good
monetized
point.
yet, so we don't really have
And
to
YouTube's not gonna watch
worry
this
about it.
anyway.
Exactly. This is like another upload. That's all that this is.
Yeah.
But hi, it is I, Luna, and this is where you come in and you say it is I, Isaac, and I, Keegan. But
what's up? I'm not saying it is I just that's terrible grammar.
Oh, was that my cue? Shit. Hey guys, it's me, Isaac. I'm ready to go. Get this loser library started. You know.
Welcome to the second episode, which has been more consistent than my output of my God of War playthrough. Heyo, trust me, there's 2 ready. They'll be out sometime after this.
How are you? How is that coming along? How's that progressing?
Fuck it. I guess we can just hop right into it. That was something I didn't want to actually use as a topic. Well, shameless plug. If you go to my channel, Ludens, which by the way, I found out my is not allowed on like YouTube anymore, because I made my for my channel @_ Ludens with like a all caps with a V instead of a U. And then an underscore, and you can't have an underscore as the first or last like character for your @ anymore on YouTube. So like I have like a Giga special one now. So because I went to go change it to like see like, oh, could I do it this way instead? Like I was kind of looking at things, and it was like, oh no, you can't. Like you can't even have it like this. So no, you can't. And I was like, oh, okay. Well.
So it's pronounced just straight up, or it's spelled Livdens.
Yeah, but with a with a V instead.
Yeah, so
like the
Livdens.
Roman U. But yes, but then it's pronounced Ludens. Because if I just had Ludens, then it would take you to either talking about the book in which that term kind of comes from, that Hideo Kojima kind of yoinked from for Death Stranding, or it will take you to a Bring Me the Horizon song that is in Death Stranding. And so, yeah. Also, because it's cool like that. It's like if I put a V in my name on the server, that would look kind of cool, but it would kind of look nasty for like the thumbnail and would look really stupid, and also just really dumb for like the visual. So yeah,
you gotta nip this in the butt now. It's Ludens, not Livdens. Okay.
Yeah, it's Ludens, like the cough drop, but it's not from the cough drop.
Yeah. Is a cough drop called Livdens?
Called Ludens.
Really? I
was gonna say there's a tea called Lipton's, but
yeah, no. Anyways, back to God of War. I just got to the point where I'm going for Pandora's box now. That is where I'm at.
Okay, so you know where you're going, like location.
Yeah, I'm going to Kronos, who has like Pandora's box and like a thing on his back, which I thought that was from God of War 2. Like I've seen this before because, like I said, I watched my stepdad play it, but I thought that was a thing in God of War 2. Because like I remembered vaguely watching him play, and I remembered like it had been a bit since I watched him, and I swear he was like playing God of War 2, and he was like climbing onto like a giant dude and shit. But yeah, I killed the 3 sirens, and I ended on the save there.
Sick.
Yeah. Where am I, like at the halfway point of that game? I feel like I'm at the halfway point.
No.
How long is that game?
It's
like a 9-10 hour game. Like
I'd say that. You're probably like a third of the way through the game, to be honest.
Oh my god. I baited myself. So you know how the Oracle is hanging? There's like a section you need to go get her, and she's hanging because she got picked up by some harpies. And there's an environmental puzzle, and I got baited because I realized, like, kind of quick in, I was like, okay, well, I'm supposed to drop this pillar on top of this other pillar, but I didn't do it right, so they phased through each other. So I was like, oh, okay, so maybe that isn't how you do it. And I sat there for like 5 minutes trying to figure out what the fuck it was. And in the rare case, I like legit, like I paused the game and I was like, hold the fuck up, let me look this up. Because I started to feel like maybe I did it wrong. Like maybe the way I tried to stack them, it just like glitched.
Yeah.
And maybe I was right the first time. Or, well, the first time I was like, actually, I think you're supposed to do it like this. And then I pull up like a playthrough, and then I skip to like the segment I'm in. I'm like, okay. And then I'm like looking, and I'm like, that is what I was supposed to fucking do. God damn it. And then I had to finagle them back to where they actually stacked, and it made me feel silly. It's actually funny, if you watch me play it, there's like so many times where I do just dumb, silly things, and you're like, I don't know, did you like overthink? Like, what the fuck happened?
The first game is the one. The first game is the one I played the least amount, I'll be honest with you, so I don't remember most of the puzzles.
It's like the simplest puzzle, but then it's like you have 60 seconds to climb before she'll like fall to her death.
Yeah. I completely interrupted you, Keeg. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's quite all right. There are definitely some times, especially in the older God of War games, like it has like a lot of combat, and it's very much like combat focus, but like it will throw in a couple of like puzzles in there. And I will agree, there are definitely some times in which I'm like, am I stupid? Like,
oh no, you need to see it, Keeg. In my first part at the end, I struggle for like not 10 minutes. I'm being hyperbolic. It's like maybe 5 minutes, because it does a top down of this room like in a Metal Gear cam. Because I remembered, because I made a stupid joke. I'm like, what, the Metal Gear? And like there's wooden crates below the big metal ones, right? But they're at an angle where it's like, well, maybe I jump onto that, and then maybe I like I was thinking like Assassin's Creed-ish, like grab the ledge and like crawl against it. And I overthink that, because really you're just supposed to break the wooden boxes. And I'm just like, I go around the room for like 5 minutes trying to figure out what the fuck is wrong. And I know it was 5 minutes because I was showing our friend Jake, and I'm like, Jake, you have to see this. Like, I feel actually brain dead. Hold up, check this out. And he's like, what the fuck? I'm like, Jake, what do you think you have to do here? He's like, and I'm like, well, you notice there's some wooden boxes there, right? And he's like, yeah. So like break them. And I'm like, yeah. So you're going to watch me struggle to even like think of that and overthink it and try to climb on top of them and try to figure it out that way for the next like 4 rest of the minutes that's in this. And he's like, what the fuck? And I was like, you have to watch this. And he just started giggling, because he's like, are you fucking dumb? And I'm like, look, maybe I'm the reason they do need yellow paint in games. You know, the more I'm playing God of War, I'm like, damn, maybe you do need yellow paint. Maybe there's a fucking point to it.
There is a point to yellow paint, because people sometimes can like not figure things out. Yeah, I know people get annoyed by it, but like it is actually kind of a necessity for some people. Like they need to like that bit of direction, which is fine.
You know, I wish it was like it was like an option. You know, like by default it wasn't there, and then it's like like you come to the first puzzle, right, and it's like it lets you try to figure it out, but then after you figure it out, it's like, hey, would you like to turn on yellow paint mode for the rest of the game?
My thing, and I think a lot of like,
imagine if Portal had yellow paint.
Like a yellow arrow.
Yeah, yellow arrow, Portal here, Portal
and then
there.
A blue, like an orange arrow and a blue arrow, just like this one here, this one here.
Yeah. Then if like you need to shoot, if you need to shoot one of the like balls through it, it has like a yellow arrow or like orange arrow, orange ball. So like you're supposed to shoot the ball through this one, then a blue ball on the other one. But go on, Keegan. I'm sorry. I kind of
there's definitely like the kind of younger audience type games, like kids games sometimes. Or even like there are definitely like modern era video games that like you'll come across a puzzle, you'll get stuck, and like the main character will do that thing. Like after a while, they'll be like, maybe I should investigate this thing over here. I think this will help. So like I think there are some moments in which
you
like,
can do
the
that.
yellow pane is just an audio cue.
Yeah.
You know, like I think I played like
yeah.
Ratchet and Clank, like one of the Ratchet and Clank games before recently, and like Ratchet is like, I think I should press this doohickey over here. This might help.
And I'm not even against like either of these things. Like I think they're fine, but I will say sometimes it feels too handholdy, where it's like you walk into a room and it's like figure out this puzzle, and then like I don't know, you have like some character be like, "Hey, did you try pushing that lever over there?" And it's like I haven't even looked at the fucking room. Thanks for telling me that there's a lever over there.
A lot of times it takes a while.
Exactly.
Yeah, it takes a while.
But like sometimes they are a little too quick. It's like, okay, let me think before you just start like throwing these things out.
Or maybe you disassociated and you didn't realize.
Yeah.
You're just like you thought you were there for like actually like 3 minutes, and you're actually there for like 4 hours. It's just like, hey, fucko.
Yeah, maybe
you have to try this.
Like, give me 4 more hours. I'll figure
like
it
I
out.
like puzzles. I love the Portal games. I love them to death. And the worst part is I have such a like, I don't know if it's like ADHD or like what it is. But like I have this memory where I can't tell you a single chamber in all of the co-op of Portal 2. The second you put it, I've only played through that twice. And even on the second time, I would see a room, I'd be like, oh, I remember. So we have to do this here, then that there, then put one there, then do this there, and then we'll finish it. And then, like, I just remember her being like, yeah. And I was like, yep, let's go through it.
You know, I feel like I would have gone through the Portal 2 multiplayer section so much quicker with you.
Oh.
Alec.
Maybe.
I swear. I don't know if you remember, like we did that together, me and Qtar, and take a wild guess who did most of the legwork.
No, you don't need. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. It took him a week to do the Helldivers 2 tutorial, so like, I know the answer is you did most of the puzzles.
Most.
All. Sorry.
All of them. I had to baby him. I'm like, okay, you go over there. I'm gonna press this button. Something's gonna shoot at you. Catch it. Bring it over to me. I'm gonna shoot a portal. Drop it through. You know, I literally step by step by step with him. It was enjoyable. It was enjoyable.
By the way, just as a heads up, I did add one thing to the docket, mostly because there's 2 things on the docket I have not seen, and I wanted another thing to talk about.
Well, I'm gonna add something
as
to
we
the
mentioned,
docket as well.
as we mentioned, in the last episode, if you listened, if you didn't, then this doesn't matter. We decided to have dockets for like the topics we talk about. And I know these 2 have been yearning to talk about Fantastic Four and yearning to talk about weapons. And we watched War of the Worlds 2025, my favorite movie that I've seen this year.
When Luna says we, she means...
Doesn't include Keegan.
It does not include me.
Unfortunately, he wasn't there. Keegan is a normal person who has a normal like sleep schedule and a normal like life, and the fact of like he's got a schedule of when we get to hang out and talk to him because he's booked. So he wasn't there for the like 11 to like 12 ish, later for some, earlier for others watching of War of the Worlds, but that's fine. But anyways, I mentioned Helldivers 2 earlier and how our friend took like a week to do the tutorial, which is very funny. We're not going to really elaborate on that unless Isaac wants to, because I know he lost it.
I won't, but I mean I could, because I know he won't watch this, but I won't.
But Helldivers 2 put out a new trailer today that was hyping up. I had Boom by POD. Is it POD that made that song?
Yes.
Yeah, Boom by POD. And they teased at the end with a sound cue from Halo 3 ODST. And I'm kind of excited.
Yeah. So the obvious thing is like when the game was eventually going to go to Xbox, like, oh, they're going to do a ODST crossover. It was like the stars were the line. Of course, if they didn't do that, they'd be stupid. and they did do a tease that like, oh yeah, here's some stuff. But I want to know what you think is. Do you think it's gonna be a war bond? Do you think it's just gonna be another marketplace thing like the Killzone?
I'm thinking maybe a war bond, and it's kind of a like united fronts like war bond where it's like, hey, it's maybe because they have a drop pod skin. People were mentioning that the top of the pod that drops during that queue, towards the end, is like feathered up, which is not like any normal like drop pod in Helldivers. It looks more like the ODST drop pod. Which would also be kind of funny and weird because that drop pod doesn't go into the ground, so that would kind of look weird. But it would be cool. I would like it, all things considered.
I think they could just edit the top of it slightly just to make it look like, or maybe make it a little wider, but like you still come out of the little elevator after it burrows into the ground. Yeah, they could make it work.
The one thing I have to say Microsoft is cool about, it's working with others and putting their IPs and other things, and Halo has been really friendly with that over the years to some extent.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy to see it. Also because ever since they added cities, it's just like, dude, I need my like Rain and Jazz and ODST kit. And that would be epic. Now, whenever they get the Sisters of Battle crossover with Warhammer, I'll be even happier. But we're never getting that.
Rough.
We're never getting that. Not getting that. We're not getting
Games
that.
Workshop they're way too protective of their IP, and they're also very picky on what it is. They complained because like the ankle armor on the fucking armor, the Space Marine armor was like slightly different. Like they're way too protective of their IP. It's like we're not gonna get that. If anything, you're gonna get like a guardsman with like a weird helmet, Yeah. And it'll be like $20 just for the thing.
It makes me sad.
See, I'm thinking if they do like a war bond, it'll be like 2 variants of like an ODST armor, 2 weapons, and then maybe a stratagem.
Yeah.
And like some cosmetic with like a pod or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking like drop pod. I'm thinking maybe like an emote.
Yeah. I'm thinking it'll be like this SMG. Like
the silenced SMG.
Maybe the sniper. I think Halo has a unique enough looking sniper rifle.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what they did with the Killzone one because it was the assault rifle.
It was the assault rifle. The sniper got like added for free for everybody. It's like a 3-round burst one. Yes. And then there's the Wasp launcher, which was just like a full on, which they gave to everybody as well, and that's just a full on. What's it called? Shit. I can't even think of it. Stratagem. It's a stratagem. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. It's a support weapon stratagem. Fuck.
Yeah. I'm thinking that you're gonna. I think it's gonna be. Yeah, it'll be an SMG, a sniper, and maybe the Spartan laser. This is speculation because it could be like.
Ooh,
it's
Spartan
like
laser it's
all of this and more. It's all this and more, or it's gonna be none of this.
I think it would be really cool because it's kind of already been heavily shown. Microsoft is going to be putting their IPs on everything. So the idea of having this big Halo crossover and having it be like the first PlayStation game to come to all platforms. Yeah. If you don't count, we're not counting Destiny. That fucking game doesn't like matter in this regard. This is like this is the first official first party, not bought after the fact, not MMO that if they take it off everything because it's free to play, it would fucking lose money. No, it's the first dropped game that's a PlayStation Studio game. Other than Horizon Lego that's on the Nintendo Switch, this will be like the first like big across all the platforms game.
See, I don't count Nintendo because they're on their own little separate island. They're on like Toy Island.
They're like winning each year and every year. Yeah. But even when they're losing, also, it doesn't matter.
They kind of have to question how and why. Like,
it's baffling that Nintendo's fine because, like, to my understanding, the GameCube didn't sell as well, and the Wii U fucking sucked. But the Wii did so well, it like made up for like those two and itself and more. Which is also funny because that's the generation that like Xbox kind of won, but at the same time by like not a whole lot, and then they still lost to the Wii with like an extreme measurement of sales.
Do they still do what they do now, where like halfway through a console generation they'll just release the next one, or like so like we're in like PS5 and like Series X are in like 9th gen, right?
Yeah.
Is the Switch a 9th gen console or is it a 10th gen console?
Well, the Switch
'Cause it
came out with
released
the
half-
Xbox One, I think.
I don't know.
Hold
It
up.
didn't. It came out halfway through the
Nintendo
PS.
consoles. Let's look this up.
9th generation of video game consoles would be the
PS5 and the Series X.
PS5 and the Series X.
Well, Nintendo's
look
also
up
weird
ninth
with their
generation video
generation stuff because they also had like the
Yeah.
handhelds with like the DS and the 3DS and then
Yeah.
all those. Nintendo's weird. They're on their own thing.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. It's like they launch a console halfway through the competition's like life cycle. Like, is that like the current
Okay, so
gen?
Nintendo
Or
Switch
are they-
2. Well, actually, hold up. 9th
It's funny
gen.
because I look up 10th generation and it says Nintendo Switch 2 is 10th
So
generation.
8th is the Wii U,
Ninth is
9th is the
two.
Switch, and then
Yeah.
10th would be the Switch
10th
2,
would
the
be the Switch
PS6,
2,
and then whatever the fuck.
Okay.
Xbox is putting out. And also Steam Deck, I guess, is like a 9th gen console, kinda, sorta.
Yes.
Because Steam Deck released like at the same, like after the Switch, but before the Switch 2.
Yeah.
I love my Steam Deck, by the way. That thing is perfect.
So would you count like what's the ROG Ally or something?
I don't
Does
talk about
that
that
count?
shit. I don't give a fuck about that shit.
So, but does that count though?
I don't think so. In like a weird way, I don't think it counts. I think nobody would count it because it's not like okay, to some
It's
extent,
not-
Valve isn't a console maker, right? But like they
Yeah.
own a majority of the entire gaming like realm is kind of owned to
You
them.
would never really necessarily include PC gaming into the generations of
Yeah,
consoles.
you don't.
The fact that
But the
they
Steam Deck
are
is a
constantly
console
there.
less than it is a PC.
Oh yeah, then if it is a
Because the thing-
console, then
because
it
the
does
thing
count.
is
then.
that
But it's like a handheld
PC
console.
isn't-
So it's also more of a
Yeah.
handheld.
So, well then the Switch also counts as a console.
Exactly.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so-
like how the Switch
Yeah,
is like a
so-
hybrid. To some extent, the Steam Deck is too. You can hook that shit. Like you can get a dock mounted on its dock, and it hooks up to a monitor. And then it can
Yeah,
kind of
okay, so then-
function. You can either leave it on like
Yep.
the Steam OS, which can have a desktop. I found this out like months after I owned the thing that there's like a button you can press to go into desktop mode to like I guess mess with the
Okay.
files in the thing. And I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't even know this fucking thing was here. Cause like that, I just use it in like the Steam OS like big picture mode. So I just like navigate the UI like that, and it's like clean. Which I highly would recommend a Steam Deck, especially if you have like 900 something games on your Steam library, because it makes your life
I do
500
not
times
have
easier.
900 something. Games.
I don't have like the drive anymore to take a system somewhere and like play it. You know, like I tried
felt
it a
that in my
bit.
soul.
I you know,
I don't
I
know.
feel that to some extent. I don't touch my
Yeah.
Steam Deck at home.
Yeah.
When I was working at the time, I would take it and I would play on my lunch break, but I would also play Persona 3, and I would make sure that the like grinding dungeon aspect was like ready to go. So if it was like
Yeah.
the story stuff, I just wouldn't play it on my break at all.
Yeah.
But if it was like otherwise,
I've had a
unless
Switch for
Vampire
like a
Survivors
while.
too.
I've had a Switch for a while, but like I think like early days when I had it, I like would take it to some spots, but like especially because like my first daughter was born like right before COVID, so like there was a bunch of appointments that I couldn't go into, so like I'm just chilling in a car. So
Also,
I'm like,
give me a
"Alright, well,
moment. I'll
I'll
be
just-
right back.
all right,
Continue
yeah, go ahead."
entertaining them.
I'm just chilling in a car. So I was like, okay, I'll just whip out the Switch too. But then like eventually I just like stopped doing that, and like I don't really like, I don't have like I'm not never in a situation where I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna sit here and play something on my Steam Deck or Switch or whatever for like half an hour as I like do something else besides working.
No, honestly, I'm completely right there with you. The thing is
Yeah.
like I also have a Switch, and
Yeah.
I just never use it. I don't touch it. It's
Yeah.
it's mostly my girlfriend's. And
Yeah,
even then,
it's
she
my
doesn't really
wife's.
touch it
Yeah.
either.
Same.
And
She played one game on it or two, kind of, but
I'm sort of the same.
yeah,
Literally, mostly what we have is like, because she has a younger sister. So like,
Yeah.
if she ever comes over and like spends the like weekend or like one night we'll pop on like Mario Kart, Smash,
Okay.
or like Mario Party. So like that's the sort of stuff that like we use it to play. But yeah, I mean, when we first got it, I was like, oh, I can start playing a lot of Nintendo exclusives and stuff that I can't get on the Xbox or PlayStation.
Yeah.
Like I have Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And I don't touch it. I don't play it.
I have no interest in those like modern, the two most recent Zelda games. I don't know. I'm not really much of a Nintendo person anyway. So
you know what I have interest in? I have the Tears of a Kingdom console for the OLED, and it's very pretty, and I like it. It did not come with the game. It was like an extra $60, and it didn't come with a game.
Oh, yeah.
But it said it on the box, so whatever, right? Because like
Nintendo is gonna bleed you dry as much as they can.
But like, all things considered, I played a little bit of Breath of the Wild. My stepdad had it when he got his Switch, and then I got a Switch. And then I bought his Switch off him, and then I modded the thing, and it was my modded Switch. Story for another day. But actually, I summed the story up. There's actually not a story for another day. That's just kind of how far it goes. But it's all right.
Basically.
Yeah, exactly. My thing is, I had a Vita when they came out, and I loved the OLED screen. I got a Vita again eventually, and by the way, they have manufacturing faults in those things. So if you have a Vita and your battery's all fucky wucky and it won't keep a charge, what you need to do is you need to open the thing up, unscrew the back, go to where the connector of the battery is to the motherboard, disconnect that, wait a little bit, then reconnect it, and it should fix it. Anyways, that aside,
not be something that someone has to do to fix their console, their handheld console.
I know, I agree.
That's horrible.
But that's what's crazy is then you look up like, why is my Vita not keeping a charge? And it's just a common issue where it's like, yeah, the connector just is kind of loose. It just kind of happens. Anyways, the point that I'm getting at is I was sold pretty quickly on OLED screens from a younger age because OLED screens are sick. And then I got this when the OLED Switch came out. I'm like, oh, I need to fucking get one of those. And then I was at the time addicted to MOBAs. Some of the worst ones. Smite was one of them. The other one was Pokemon Unite, because that was like baby's first MOBA, and like I was also just cracked at it and loved playing Gardevoir. And yeah, it's fun. That's like what I use my Switch for. It's just like Pokemon games.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing's fun. I just have to wait so long for things to happen, and like I get impatient.
Okay, I'll be honest something with Animal Crossing, right?
Yeah.
Sam was going on Amazon and she saw like that you could buy, like those people were like selling stuff on like Amazon to go to an island. Yeah. So Sam's like, oh, I want this. I'm like, I have no idea what this is. So then I was like, okay, it's like $1. So I bought it for her, right? Essentially what it was is it's an island code. You go to this island and someone like hacked the game or cheated or duplicated items or whatever like that, and just had a bunch of just all the most expensive stuff and all this gold or whatever just laying on the ground and just let people just grab stuff. And
that's crazy.
Yeah, dead ass. So people were just selling like island codes to go and get resources or whatever. So
Nintendo sent the Yakuza after them. Right?
Yeah, I know. But like this was like I guess it was early on enough or whatever before. But like
jokes. Nintendo has the Nintendo Ninjas. They have the ninjas and assassins, not the Yakuza. I don't want Nintendo to think I'm giving them a bad name.
Don't make fan games and don't play Nintendo games at charity events because they will send their ninjas after you.
Yeah.
They will send the bloodhounds after you.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy that like that's like been the saying for God knows how long of like Nintendo has ninjas they'll send after you. It's like it's kind of it's a little racist, all things considered. Come to think of it, like thinking about it right now, it kind of is, isn't it? A little bit.
Oh yeah, but if they weren't so evil as a company,
exactly,
then,
exactly.
like so, like
But like it's something unanimously shared, and like no one bats an eye when I make fun of Nintendo. But yeah,
yeah.
how do we get? Oh yeah, we were talking about the Switch and handhelds.
Yeah. But
back on to
what
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna ask like what else you've been up to because
I've been crack addicted to playing Rift Breaker, and it kills my
your dopamine receptors.
No, it kills my like drive doing things because I'm like I want to play Rift Breaker or I want to play Dead by Daylight, which is also a bad thing. You shouldn't play that. Queer person playing Dead by Daylight, fork found in kitchen. Heyo. And then Uma. I love Uma. I love my horse girls. All things considered, audience, I was just gonna leave my profile picture. I noticed Keeg left his. But I wanted to change mine for something events that are recently happening since Isaac was changing his, because I thought that would be kind of epic. But
honestly, I'm just changing mine just until I figure something out. Yeah, and then until I figure out something I want to do. But I
all things considered,
don't give it up of a shit to like bother looking for something. So I'm just gonna change it every week. So hopefully keep names on the thing so they know it's me.
Or not. Yeah, exactly. No, I think until we have like a proper thumbnail format, like that's just what the thumbnails are going to look like. But yeah, other than that, I really haven't been up to anything.
Okay.
Just listening to YouTube. I've been like everyone else. I've been going on to W Place and like making little pixel art, which I haven't been able to do for days because the servers were down for like 4 or 5 days. So that kind of sucked. But other than that, nothing really too crazy. I guess waiting to hear back from jobs I put in from. That's like the only other thing for me. What about you guys?
Key, you want to go or do you want me to go?
You can go.
Okay. Yeah. So my maternity leave, my paternity leave, officially ended like a couple of days after the last episode, and went back to work. And I'll be honest with you, haven't missed a step. I know it's only been a month, but still chugging along, perfectly fine.
Nice. Kind of like it feels nice to like get out of the house a little bit more often.
I kind of feel it sucks. It sucks that we're in like a little bit of a heat wave currently. So like weather's back to being hot when like last week or like past couple weeks has been like the low 80s, high 70s. So that was fun. But besides that, that's pretty much it. Life stuff wise. I'm also kind of between playing games, so I haven't really decided to lock in on something. I have ideas of what I want to do next. It's just gonna be a bunch of smaller games instead of just like sitting down and playing something big. But it's mostly now just been a bunch of Marvel Rivals still.
Oh yeah, that's another thing I've been doing, as you know.
Yeah. It's kind of been it really, just like game wise. Reading wise, I decided to read a comic. It's like
you just reminded me
it's an older comic, of course. Oh, well, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
It's Tuesday. You know what that means?
Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, Chainsaw Man. Okay. It did drop.
Yeah,
I'm totally not about to just speed read it.
I read it's a comic from like years ago. It's called Batman No Man's Land. Right? Have you heard of it?
Doesn't ring a bell to me.
No.
Would I know it from some funny panel?
No, probably not.
Would I know it from some edgy panel?
No, probably not.
Okay.
It's a big status quo change for Batman in the city of Gotham that lasted a while. From what I hear, kind of overstays its welcome. But I like started it, and it's a concept they do a lot. But the premise is Gotham City is declared the worst city in America, right? Highest crime rate.
Makes sense.
A bunch of villains who just aren't killed by the vigilante who is like effective but also not effective at the same time, right? And conveniently, I'm pretty sure it's conveniently because I don't think there's any like inciting incident that causes this. A magnitude 8 earthquake hits Gotham City, right? And you know, Gotham City is not real, of course, but there is a pinpointed ish location where it is. It's in New Jersey. And it's
Oh yeah.
yeah. and yeah. And it's an island city. So an earthquake hitting an island city, even a magnitude 8, which like Richter scale goes up to 10, I believe, is like it fucks the city up. And the government declare it a no man's land. So they're like, okay, cool. What we're going to do is you have some time to evacuate the city. After this allotted time, we blow the bridges and you're on your own.
Right.
So
All right.
it's a concept they've done multiple times. Like Arkham Knight does it sort of. We're like, oh, Scarecrow took over. You got to blow the bridges. You know, Bane does it in Dark Knight Rises. I've taken over the city, blowing the bridges, you know. Yeah, the Gotham City is quarantined completely. A lot of, you know, you have your people, your civilians who are like all about their city pride, so they decide not to leave. Criminals decide to stay, especially like the villains. Most of the cops also decide to stay. And Batman is like, because the earthquake comes from like the west to the east, so like Gotham Manor is like, I believe, on the west part of the city, so like outside of it. So like he's in his cave, so that he gets like buried in rubble or whatever. Yeah, so he's not there for like the up and coming weeks as like the city devolves into like pocket groups of gangs led by different villains. So like Joker has one. Ventriloquist has one. Two-Face. The cops form a gang. Barbara Gordon acts as Oracle. I think this is where they introduce her as Oracle. You know, after she gets paralyzed. And this is also, I believe, where they bring in Cassandra Cain, who becomes Batgirl. You know, the one with like the full face mask. I'm not done with it. I just started it. I'm pretty sure something really dumb happens near the end of it.
Why is that?
It's going to be like
why do you assume that?
Because it's the one thing that I heard people complain about the comic. And I don't know if it actually happens in this specific run or if it's another one that happens a little bit later. But I'll get to it when I get to it. It's going to be like my slow burn kind of read. I'll just kind of get to it whenever. But
you'll have to let us know what the potential stupid thing is.
Yeah. I think I might know what it is, but I won't say because I don't want. Maybe next episode. I'll probably lock in and read it. I guess the only other thing besides that and watching a few movies that we'll talk about is I decided to read Punisher Kills the Marvel Universe.
Yeah. Thoughts?
Yeah.
Does he do it?
He does it. He actually does it. He you know
Is that
Punisher's
where the panel
origin,
of the baby body shield comes from? Where does that come from again? Isn't that a Punisher comic?
Oh, I don't remember. I know what you're talking about though. It does not come from that. Essentially, okay. You know Punisher's origin, right? Where like he's a former Marine. Yeah. He's in Central Park with his family, and his family's gunned down in like a drug deal gone wrong. They're just caught in the crossfire, right?
Yeah, wrong place, wrong time.
Wrong place, wrong time. So what happens in this is instead of it being like a gang shootout, a superhero battle forms in the middle of Central Park, and his family is killed during that.
Oh.
And yeah. I'm
did
gonna
Garth
say
Ennis
this
write
now,
this?
He did write this.
Okay.
You were completely right. Yes.
So does that mean rape is in the comic?
Rape is okay. I can get to that really quick.
Oh no, I don't like that you answered that like that.
So Punisher is like his family's dead. He's grieving over it, and then like Cyclops comes up to him. And he's just like, "Hey man, we're really sorry that your family died in this whole thing." And Frank just grabs a gun and shoots 5 big booms. He shoots Cyclops right in the head, and all these other heroes who are just standing behind Cyclops, he just fires into them, killing both Hawkeye and Shadowcat. Before Wolverine charges in, slashes his face, and gets stopped by Colossus. And I'm like, hold on. Big issue already. Because
Hawkeye should have been the first one to die.
No, Shadowcat. Shadowcat.
I can't recognize who is Shadowcat. Let me look this character up.
Shadowcat is Ellen Page's character, or Elliot Page now, but like
Elliot
their
Page,
character. Yeah, it's their character from those X-Men movies.
You know, I like that I look up Shadowcat and I don't see Elliot Page. I don't see anything. I see a bunch of black cats on fucking Google.
You might have to
Some of these are
type in
AI.
Marvel Shadowcat.
One's apparently a wiki of Ice and Fire. A lot of it's AI. Okay,
So,
hold up. Marvel. Let's
Her
add that.
gimmick is that she can phase through objects, right? So like, and I'll be
Wait,
like,
what?
hey, she got caught off
Wait,
guard. It
yeah,
happens.
wait, hold on.
Yeah, she got caught off guard, whatever. But one of her big things is she is essentially a pseudo sidekick to Wolverine, and also the ex-girlfriend or maybe even current girlfriend at the time of Colossus. So like,
yeah, why would Colossus
they would have
stop?
just why would he stop Wolverine? And also, Frank goes to prison for killing like 3 people. So why doesn't Wolverine just break into the prison and kill him? I feel like Wolverine would be like, oh yeah, no, I'm killing this guy.
I also feel like, I mean, she was able to witness that like Cyclops got shot 5 times, right?
So she would be able to react to it.
I think she would automatically go into like phase mode where like anything would phase through her.
My other thing is Garth Ennis doesn't like superheroes. So, and he probably doesn't know or care much.
Yeah,
so
I was
he's
gonna
just
say he
like,
probably
whatever.
doesn't care. He's like, is this bitch in Marvel? Yeah, she's dying. And it's like, okay,
She's going.
So Frank's in prison, and then he's like let go because it's like clandestine group or whatever group of like rich people who've all been affected by superhero battles hires him to kill them, or to kill the superheroes. So he's just given like an endless budget to go and just
Billy
start
Butcher
killing
walks
people.
in and he's like, "Oi, I need you to kill some."
Pretty much, but it's like rich.
So
people,
here's
not
what you're
like
gonna do: you're gonna get your gun, you're gonna shoot, and you're gonna kill some soups.
It's kind of creative how he does some of that. He like ambushes Spider-Man in the sewer, then executes him while he's on the ground.
I think it is pretty interesting, the idea of like, how would you kill every Marvel character?
How would he kill
as like a
them?
normal human?
All
things considered.
They do a lot of the like this superhero kills the Marvel universe. I think the most well known is most like Deadpool.
Well, Deadpool has a trilogy, a kilogy, as they call it.
Right. Actually, there's a 4th one.
Did they add a 4th one? Is this new? I've
There's
seen the
a 4th one that's
3.
coming out. Yeah, it's very new. It's like a 4 months old, maybe.
Oh damn! Okay,
like it started 4 months ago,
brand
or 5
new.
months ago. Yeah, it says Deadpool kills the universe, or Deadpool kills the Marvel universe for the last time, which I'm not fully convinced this is the last time.
I'm not fully convinced either.
Yeah, they'll do it again in 10 years when another movie comes out. But
of course,
it's really great. But like, it's one of those things where you have to kind of like accept that he can do this, because he kills the Hulk by waiting for Hulk to go back to Banner and just fall asleep, and he shoots him in his sleep, which wouldn't work. But no. You gotta kill Hulk.
How do you kill Hulk? Actually, no. No.
You have to kill Hulk. You can't kill Banner. If you kill Banner, Hulk pops out.
Okay.
The one, yeah, like you can.
Marvel Rivals is actually quite silly then, because when I kill Hulk, Banner pops out.
He turns
when I
into
kill
Banner,
he dies.
The belt is the reason in the game.
The belt is the reason?
Hulk has a belt, or Banner and Hulk have a belt. So that it lets him control it. Anyway.
So if he has control over it, then it doesn't work, right? So then this would work if, in theory, he had the belt.
It was the one from Rivals. Yeah. But the belt is a thing from
Marvel Rivals
game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you count something else, but it doesn't matter. But
I am glad they at least have they have a reason why it's like that in Marvel Rivals.
Yeah. But from my understanding, the way you could kill Hulk, because it happens in another book where like Thor is fighting Hulk and Hulk's like too far gone, so he just brings him to the Atlantic Ocean, just leaves Mjolnir on his chest for like 10 minutes
and drowns him.
Him. Yes.
Wouldn't the Hulk also be like susceptible to like noxious poisonous gas. So like if you
could gas him and like stuff like that.
Well-
Batman defeated him by kicking him in the solar plexus.
The solar
What?
plexus? What bone muscle is that?
It's sort of like in your midsection, if I believe. It's like sort of like where your windpipe is.
Yes.
Okay, I
It's
could
like,
see where I could see
yeah.
how that like would defeat him.
It's just a nice stiff kick in the solar plexus, and it causes him to fall asleep, and then he turns into Banner. It's Batman, you know, Gary Stu over there. But what else? He kills the X-Men and like some of their villains by tricking them to go onto the moon and then nuking the moon.
Oh.
It's ridiculous shit. He kills, and like Wolverine, he kills because Wolverine pops up occasionally, just like, I'm gonna get you. Then he hits him with a giant magnet, he gets him to like stab an electrical unit, and it like electrocutes him until he's like, it's very wacky. He gets arrested like at one point, and Daredevil, like Matt Murdock, shows up as his lawyer. And then Frank gets out because it's Frank Castle, but like he just goes on this whole quest to kill all these people. And
does he kill Daredevil? I mean, he was a good lawyer, right?
He does.
He got him out.
At the very end,
Damn.
he kills Daredevil. Daredevil's the last one. The second to last one is Cap.
Because Garth Ennis loves Captain America.
Yeah, I think he has like some respect, and also Frank Castle respect. Like he is like his hero. He's like, yeah, Captain America is like my, I respect. Out of any character I respect, I idolize him. Like everyone in the Marvel universe. But
yeah.
He's like, yeah, Cap, like, it sucks that I'm killing all these people, but I do have to do it. And then it's like, they start talking about war stuff. And then he's like, yeah, well, I'm having like a My Lai kind of day, and then shoots Cap. My Lai was a village in Vietnam where it was just full of women, children, and elderly. And the U.S. military went in and did what the U.S. military did during Vietnam.
Rape and pillage.
Yes.
Rape.
So, and I'm like, Frank, were you there? Because this is like the old. This is the old.
So that's where it comes from. That's Garth Ennis inserting his poorly disguised fetish.
It's also
wow.
Well, I think Preacher came out before. I'm pretty sure like they got him because of Preacher, but they
So we didn't know yet.
Garth Ennis has a Vietnam thing, and like Frank, his original origin is that he is a Vietnam vet, which is something they had to update because Marvel occasionally has to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just
because like it's starting to get old saying Magneto survived the Holocaust because there's not many people alive to this day.
They explained that he's still a Holocaust survivor.
Oh, really? They gave a reason?
I mean, like, he gets de-aged by a villain called Eric the Red, and then gets re-aged to like a 50-year-old. And because of the sliding time scale, do you know about the sliding time scale?
As in how comics just don't like. You can read a comic for like 5 years, and it's like, oh yeah, so it's been like 3 months in like the Marvel universe.
Yeah, basically, there
anime
is
time.
a
That's
big
what we
theory.
call it.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what we call it in my neck of the woods. That's what we call it.
From 1962 to now, it's been between 13 to 15 years. So, like, 1 year for them is like 5 years for us. And I only say 13 years because there's a character called Daniela Cage, who's the daughter of Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, right? And
she's 13
as a couple years ago, she is like 3.5. And if I was to make a guess, next year she'll be 4. And she was born right before Civil War. Do you know what year Civil War came out? The comic, not the movie.
I want to say somewhere like around 2009 to 12.
2006.
2006. Okay.
So, a comic that was 20 years ago was 4 years for them.
Right. That's crazy.
Yes, and also because of the current Cap America run, we know that Cap was frozen during 9/11, and he didn't get thawed out for at least another 10 years.
Oh.
So canonically in the comics, Cap got thawed out in 2011? Is that what you're saying?
2011, the earliest.
Okay.
Because the current run is like a modernization of his origin, like kind of fit it more into modern day. Because, you know, like I said, they have to do that to kind of like keep it going, so it's not weird. Yeah, and like technically the 9/11 issue that came out after 9/11 is just kind of its own side story anyway.
How did Cap react to that? Was he like, son of a bitch?
They don't get into it yet. Son of a bitch, I missed it. The current run is only on its second issue. I haven't read it yet because I picked it up today.
You want to hear another funny
because I was a
thing?
week late. Sure, go ahead.
So Dragon Ball Super, anime-wise, because I have not read the manga. The final arc is the Tournament of Power, which is basically all the different universes. Look, I'm not going to get into some of this. Starts to sound like even more crazy. I'm not going to get into Dragon Ball lore, but all different universes have to fight, and like when they lose, they just get like snapped out of existence because.
So Mortal Kombat. Gotcha.
Think Mortal Kombat, but instead it's like, oh, your realm lost. Well, you don't exist anymore. Like at all. Your universe is gone. Everyone's dead. Everyone's deleted. So it takes place. They say the match will be 100 tax, which is some number thing that's like a universal scale thing. And then it gets told to you that it's 48 minutes. Do you want to know how many the episode runtime of this entire thing?
Okay, I'm gonna get I'm gonna guess it is at least 25 episodes. So,
if only.
If only. Oh God, I undersold it. Oh no.
Yeah. So it's episode 77 to 131. It is a 55 episode runtime.
Fuck off.
And it's 48 minutes. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
You're like, it's crazy. So from the 60s to now, it's only been 13 years. I'm like, have you ever seen 48 minutes go by for 55 episodes that are all 28 minute long?
What? How does that even make sense?
I don't know. And
anime time.
That, yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, anime time? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, that's what I've been up to pretty much. Just like I haven't really done much. And the moral of the story. Keeg, what you been doing?
Oh well, wait. There's two movies you guys have watched.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that once. Because I know that's gonna come up.
What have you been up to, Keeg? We're at the 53-minute mark, and Keegan is finally telling us what he's been up to.
Absolutely nothing.
Nice. We had a boring week.
Haven't got any games done? Any media enjoyed?
If only. No, I've just been kind of on a motivate a little bit. So I'm just like, I don't know if this was mentioned last week, but I'm like literally on the cusp of going on a much needed, long deserved vacation to down to Florida.
Yeah, you brought this. You
mentioned
up.
this. I don't think last episode, but you have mentioned it to us. You're going to,
I mentioned it to you guys.
Disney?
I just haven't.
You're going to Disney?
I'm going to Disney.
Not to dox your vacation, but what the fuck? What was I supposed to say? Ooh, you're going to Florida. I don't know, Universal. Ooh, like there's fucking two places in Florida.
You're going to Tampa.
Yeah, I could have been going to Universal.
I got this ticket to Creator Clash. I'm gonna go to Creator Clash, guys.
Let's not talk about that.
You would not catch me dead going to that.
Don't worry.
Well, if you wait for September, you could go to an MCR concert, but
I'm quite all right, but thanks for the offer.
If only.
But yeah, I'm just kind of getting ready for that, and just busy at work. So I get home from work. I'm just mentally, cosmically, spiritually like
Tired.
sapped. And then like me and my girlfriend will try to go to the gym, like, and like after that I'm even more sapped. And then like I said before, I have an apartment, so like there's stuff that we have to do there as well. So I'm sapped. And like I'll just get to like sit down on the couch at like 8 or 9 at night, and I'll try to play video games, and I'm like,
Sapped.
don't put it in me. I'm sapped.
Yeah, you're sapped.
So
It is
I mentioned
truly
it before.
tragic.
It is the worst of the worst when like you're so exhausted that you don't even have the energy. Just it's a sad day to get to, but you know, I'm certain I'll bounce back at some point. I think it's just because you know, I've got a vacation to go to in pretty much a week. And then right after that, I have a wedding to go to, like literally the week after we get back. So we're also like getting ready for that too. But no, I think I mentioned this, kind of crawling my way through Watch Dogs 2 on the PlayStation, and then I'm like just starting Deus Ex Mankind Divided on Xbox. But I've like been baby stepping my way through those games. I'm considerably much further into Watch Dogs 2 than I am Deus Ex. I don't know. I'm just starting to think maybe I just don't really enjoy as a genre, like as an aesthetic or as like a storytelling device.
What is that?
I don't
You
know
kind of
if
cut
it's
out.
really.
You don't enjoy what?
I don't think I really enjoy cyberpunk as a genre or aesthetic as much as
You know what
others.
it also could be? Deus Ex is also just like it's an immersive sim. You might not be fucking with those too heavy.
I don't know if that's necessarily the case. I don't think it's. Maybe I'm just not playing it at the right time of my life. Like
Maybe that
I'm
too.
not
You
giving
should wait
it
when you get the PC to play it.
quite possibly. Um, I think it's just sci-fi video games take me a lot. If it's a sci-fi futuristic video game, it needs to have like double the effort.
It needs to have like a
to
big
sink my
hook to
attention.
reel you in. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, because like I don't know, maybe I'm just like a sucker more for like fantasy than I am like cyberpunk type stuff. Like I can more easily get into Baldur's Gate or Elder Scrolls or the Witcher games, or the Dragon Age. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like I can sort of sink into them a little bit, my teeth into them a little bit more compared to those. So I'm not quite sure. Again, maybe it's just because like I'm sort of at this like point in my life in which I'm just fairly busy and just things right now. And so maybe I just need a vacation. Maybe I just need to like get away from everything, take a step back and just detox for a minute and then come back and be like, okay, I'm much better place.
Yeah.
Keeg, you might want to move your
But
like mic a little closer because it's like really cutting in and out.
It's just better for you.
Look,
Am I
look,
getting
Actually,
this
it's a lot
right?
look.
better.
It's less
Yeah, keep it
me.
going
It's
like
more
that.
like, it's more like,
no, that's fair.
and then it's
That's the
like
other thing,
that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I just maybe have to get like a new headset. This one is like 4 or 5 years old. So it needs some upgrades. But yeah, that's what I'm playing. What I'm reading is about the same as last week. I did finish rereading The Two Towers. So I just picked up The Return of the King again. So as a friendly refresher, I'm reading Lord of the Rings books. Started with The Hobbit, and I've pretty much did all of this within this year. So I started with The Hobbit, like pretty much in January. Read The Fellowship sometime around like March through May. Read The Two Towers between May and August. So now I'm just getting around to and I'm planning on finishing The Return of the King by the end of the year. And then these guys know, but I don't think I brought this up yet. But what I'm planning on doing is once I finish The Return of the King, I'm gonna start the Wheel of Time series. And in the span of like 4 weeks, I bought every single book / box set of the Wheel of Time off of Amazon. So I have all 15. I want to say 15. I have all 15 books from the Wheel of Time series. So I got to nut up and like lock in because I spent money on that series. I have to commit. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I've heard lots of really good things about that series, but also lots of like nitpicky stuff too. I've heard the author like takes 100 pages to get to the point. So you have to be patient, which I am. But yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Other than that, I'm reading Brandon Sanderson as well as a World War I biography book. So just so much reading. But to really get into it, I've pretty much watched 2 semi-recent movies that have come out in the theaters as of late. One of them being Weapons, and then the other one being Fantastic
War of the
Fellows.
Worlds. Oh.
Weapons.
Oh wait, War of the Worlds didn't even go to theaters. That's right. Haha.
No, it went right to streaming.
So you guys,
Yeah,
I
you-
assume, are wanting to cut to those.
We're gonna talk about Weapons. Keeg, what do you think of Weapons?
How spoilery can we get?
Ooh, that's up to
That
I'm
is up
letting
to
you
you guys.
start.
I have like,
Okay.
I told Alec or not Alec. Well, actually, I think he was there. I
think
told
he was there
Isaac
for
this. I was like, low key, these movies that keep being like goated, I'm getting to like annoyed contrarian levels where I'm just like, I'll watch it in 3 years and we'll see if it's as good as everyone says, because dog, I just get so tired of hearing people just being
Okay,
like,
then.
movies
We're
are
gonna talk
goated.
spoilers for everything we talk about now. So, Keeg, what do you think of Weapons?
So
I'm not putting a
I'm-
timestamp for when they're done, by the way. Go fuck yourself.
I was gonna
Who
say
cares?
I'm gonna put the burden on Luna and just say, Luna, you figure out the timestamp. It's on you now.
Nope, it's not on me. I told the audience to fuck off. Figure it out yourself.
No.
If you get to this point in the podcast and you don't want any movies, Weapons, Fantastic Four, First Steps, tune out and come back when you've watched either of those movies. And if you don't care about spoilers, come join us. Weapons. Listen, went into the movie expecting something, and the long and short of it is, I enjoyed it, but I think Zach Cregger, the director, was trying to follow in the footsteps of Ari Aster and kind of do what Hereditary did, but I don't know if okay, so if you're wondering what the whole thing about the movie is, the whole shtick is that, this like elementary school teacher basically goes to her classroom and it's practically empty, excluding one student. The rest of her students woke up at like 2 a.m, got out of bed, left their house, never to be seen again. So the implication is that they did all that on their own accord, but they all did it at the exact same time. So, spoilers, the one kid that was remaining has this aunt, ? that
so
moves into his family's house and is a witch or like a hag or a gypsy lady who has like witchcraft.
Yeah, so I heard because the script leaked online before the
I
movie
didn't hear
came
about
out.
the script leak. I didn't get anything.
I heard about that.
I managed to. I didn't like read any of it, but I did hear that it involved witchcraft. So I was like, okay, so
Which
I
kind of thought was the case.
I thought the teacher did something like a witch. I thought the teacher did it, and I was like, oh no, it's this random witch who's like shown multiple times in the film. So like I can, but like I was like, oh,
I knew
okay.
that the teacher had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I kind of went into it thinking like, oh, is this like a day story like rendition of like the Pied Piper? Because the whole thing,
like a grim fairy tale.
I thought it was like a modern day fairy tale Pied Piper, and I'm like, it kind of is.
It kind of is a grim fairy tale. Yeah, it is,
but it is.
Yeah. So essentially, Luna and whoever's listening or watching at this point, the movie is split into multiple chapters, and each chapter focuses on a different character. So first chapter is the teacher,
kind of like Akira Kurosawa, kind of.
Yeah. So
kind of like the last two episodes of Evangelion.
We'll talk about that later. Yeah. So it's the teacher is the first chapter. Josh Brolin's character is the second character. Then it's a cop, a junkie, the school principal, and then the kid, the only kid who's left remaining who didn't run away at 2:17 in the morning, right? And there was a little bit of talk online, and we've talked about it, like at least Luna and I, where like there is a possibility that it's like an allegory for like a school shooting.
Yeah, the first trailer very much showed that.
And the movie is kind of not that. I do understand it, especially if you have a little more context, because there's only one kid left out of the whole classroom. So it's like, oh, the kid aired out the room, but no, it
or just like the one surviving kid,
here's
the thing, because the kid was bullied. If you have more context, it's like, okay, I can understand it, but the kid was bullied, so like, okay, yeah, he went and shot up a school. It's not the case. I could understand where people could be, I understand or get that, but it's more like kind of like the 5 stages of grief, and about like different, like, I guess, addictions or vices or whatever that people have, because all the characters are flawed.
I kind of got that. Because what is it? I honestly, outside of Archer or Josh Brolin's character, each character kind of has like an obsession or an addiction. Because
his obsession is finding where his son went.
That's the thing, is I was like, oh, he's obsessed with his son, but I'm like, I don't think that's really like a bad obsession. Like, you're a father.
No, it's your kid. The thing is, it's the movie. The main events of the movie take place like a month after the kids disappear. So it seems like everyone has moved on, especially the principal.
Okay, but the teacher, Isaac, it's not subtle with like the characters being flawed, right? It's not like I don't know. Does it feel like it needs to be 3 hours for a movie? To kind of have the weight of.
So the teacher,
inside joke.
Yeah. The teacher is a alcoholic. It's like
alcoholic.
2 bottles of vodka a night.
Oh
like that.
Movie, she was inside the liquor store.
Josh Brolin's character is
so that's why your picture is in a liquor store. It's like a main place.
That's different. I can get into that.
I know that's probably different, but
it's actually more of a convenience store because of an event that happens.
It is a little bit of a convenience store,
yeah. The father, or Josh Brolin's character, which I'll just refer as Josh Brolin. His character.
His name is Archer. If it really.
Yeah, his name is Archer. But his thing is that it seems to be that he is a very non-loving father, like they imply that he never told his son he loves him, and he's also a very aggressive person anyway.
Yeah, very
Even
confrontational.
Very confrontational. Like he spray paints the word witch on the teacher's car, you know, a month after everything has happened. Right. But there's a cop who is the ex-boyfriend of the teacher, and like they end up like sleeping together even though he's married, and it's the whole thing. And the cop has he does a thing like there's a junkie character who's the next character they focus on, and the junkie is like a homeless person, so he's just kind of like rummaging around places and trying to stealing
copper wires, trying to steal things, like unlock
and try to pawn it off. There's one time he gets caught, and the cop is like has him arrested. He has him all subdued, and he starts to rummage through the guy's bag, gets pricked by a heroin needle. The cop punches the junkie, and then goes back into his car and starts cleaning it off, and realizes that his dash cam is on, so it caught everything.
Yeah.
So he's like, fuck. So he has to like make a bargain with the junkies till he doesn't like go to the cops and say anything, and it ends up being a whole thing. But we said the junkie's homeless. The principal is like, hey teacher, you gotta fuck off, and then he just kind of like forgets, like he just kind of moves on. He's like, he has to keep the peace and has to keep up appearances.
Because even though 20 or so kids has entire school of like a few hundred that are still going, so like I don't want to say like I understand his standpoint of like, listen, you got to keep face, you got to like keep moving forward.
And then like you get the perspective of the kid, and it's not until the final chapter when you get to understand how everything works and what exactly is happening, really. Even though like you do see stuff. So the witch has like a ritual, right? It's a very interesting one. Essentially, you get a bowl of water. She has like this like, they specify. It's like a magic tree she has, like a little like just like a dead tree that has a bunch of branches, and she takes a branch, she grabs an item that belongs to the person she wants to possess, she cuts herself on the branch, bleeds on it, wraps the item around the branch, and then like snaps it, right? And then after that she like rings a bell, and that person's in a trance. Then if she wants that person to essentially be a weapon against someone else, she takes a lock of the target's hair, wraps around a branch, and breaks it. And then that person will beeline right to whoever they have to go after, and just like attempt to kill them.
Until they die,
yes. So like,
or until she dunks the twig or branch or whatever into the water.
Into the water.
Kind of breaks the trance, if you.
Yeah. So the principal is just chilling with his husband. The witch pops in, just like, hey, I'm here to do this. I want a bowl of water because I'm a weirdo. And he gets her a bowl of water. She like starts doing this ritual. She scratches herself. The principal's husband goes up to her, just like, hey, are you okay? And then she cuts off a lock of his hair, and then quickly rings a bell, gets the principal under a trance, who's in the middle of calling the cops, and then she does the ritual with the hair, snaps a twig, and then the principal just immediately goes to his husband, just starts strangling him, vomits black bile on his face, and then just starts headbutting him until he's dead. And then she grabs
literally caving in his husband's skull.
Yeah, and she grabs a lock of the principal's hair because the teacher's hair, because she has a whole problem because she fell asleep after a fucking stupor in front of the kid's house because she's trying to figure out what's going on in her car, and he just immediately beelines right to her, runs through like multiple stores, because like the main gimmick is they run in a straight line with their arms out. So it's like, and wherever they go, they have to move straight line. If they have to like pivot slightly, they will, but then they'll always back in the straight line and go. And he ends up attacking her. She at a gas station after she's getting confronted by Josh Brolin, and she manages to escape because Josh Brolin's like a very aggressive guy who fights him, but he's still going at the principal's still going, and he ends up getting hit by a car because he's just running in the middle of the street.
gets absolutely demolished. Like
Yeah.
demolished.
So you're saying we are weapons?
We are weapons. Yes, the
did they
witch
say that?
essentially creates weapons. So
Is
the
that a line
the
they say in the
They
movie?
don't say that.
yes,
They don't
they
say
say yeah. The father Josh Brolin, sorry, says like the kid, because he has a Ring camera, like, you know, because this is a big advertisement for Ring, and he looks at his son and he's just like, his son running out the door in a single direction. He's like a heat-seeking missile. He's like a weapon, but nah. He the main thing is, Keeg started talking about this, but the wife, or the wife, fuck me, the the kid whose name is Alex, his allegedly his aunt is, or his like his mom's aunt, so his great aunt is like stopping by and she's really sick. So it's like this old dying woman, like to the point where the husband is just like, hey, oh, she should be in hospice because she's gonna die. So
Yeah, even the
they managed
husband's
to,
like, listen, kiddo, I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he doesn't know her. Even the boy's mother doesn't know her because he's like, oh, they missed the wedding and all this stuff. So it's like, so okay, this witch is probably not like
This is
really
kind of one of the problems that I have with the.
they what do you think it's because they like just kind of like the kid, the lady just shows up and it's just like, oh, they accept it.
So what human being in their right mind just goes, oh, your extended family that I just don't know, I've never, not familiar with, I've never
Yeah.
say you're my
Okay.
family. Come on in, come on, yeah. Just I'm gonna let you right on in. Make
They,
yourself home.
Yeah.
Here's my child.
Yeah. So essentially, the kid, he's like creeped out by her, of course, but then he goes to bed like normal, and the next morning, he notices that his parents are just sitting on the couch in like a trance-like state. Like they don't like do anything because
move,
he's
they don't
like
talk,
they don't move.
The
The kid goes to school on the bus, but like gets picked up by his dad. But his dad doesn't pick him up, so he walks home. He goes into the house. The parents are just sitting on the couch in the dark, and the aunt is like more lively. And it turns out that she essentially drains the life force from people, and she realizes that like, hey, your parents aren't good enough. I need younger people. So if you want your parents back and want me to leave this house, you need to take your entire classroom and give me something from each of the students. So it's like, okay,
do that, I will leave.
yes, all 17 of them. So he's just thinking like, what do I take? What do I take? Like a pencil or like a backpack or whatever. It's actually kind of smart because the kid, it was weird to say, but the kid grabs the name tags from the bins
like
in the
cubbies.
elementary school classroom.
Yeah.
The cubbies, yes. Because it's like they made them, so it's like, okay, that makes sense. And she does the ritual, and at 2:17 in the morning, rings the bell. Kids go running out of they like sneak out of their house and then run down the street in a straight line, all the way to this kid's house, where they are kept in the basement. And this is like a weird thing as for me. And the kid has to feed both his parents and all 17 kids soup every day to keep them alive. And I'm like, do these kids not poop?
That's what I thought too. I'm like, oh my god, like they must be having bowel movements. Like
they must be peeing and pooping themselves in their pajamas because they're in the basement for a month.
Right. So my question is, and then mind you, if they're standing, their legs must be cramped. Like at some point.
Yeah, like
and
they
also,
have to like get fatigued.
They must be getting fatigued. Are their eyes wide awake the entire time? So are they not technically asleep? Are they not?
Yeah.
Like,
here's what I'll say. Witch magic. There you go.
Yeah, I guess you could say, because it's like one of those things you're not supposed to think about, because like, like, why are you thinking of this?
I'm thinking about it.
But I'm like, but like these kids, like they're only living off soup, like Campbell's soup, and that kid goes to school.
Right. I mean,
so they're not.
Did he get it from the soup store?
They go right to the soup store. Yeah.
Go on.
I won't get into the main like the climax of the film. But I will get into the very end of what happens because I found it so fucking funny. And when I was at the theater, everyone was laughing. I don't know about you.
For my theater, we had a decent show out. Yeah, no, our audience was, they were loving it. They were having a blast at the end.
Big climax of the film because the kid watches the witch do her ritual. So it's like he kind of like was biding his time to like strike. And the witch is like, okay, tomorrow we're leaving. There's cops showing up. People keep showing up at the house. We got to go. So I'm taking you with me. And there's a whole sequence of people being mind controlled and fighting like Josh Brolin and the teacher or whatever. And the kid manages to go into the bathroom, grab a piece of the witch's hair because her hair is growing back because she originally didn't have any because she was sick and dying. And he grabs a piece of her hair, goes to the branch or goes to the tree, grabs a branch, ties it around the branch, breaks the branch. And the witch is doing something else at the time, like on the first floor, and the kids are in the basement. And she immediately knows that the kid snapped the branch because she's like, oh no. And then you hear a bunch of thudding, and the woman runs out of the house because all the kids have run from the basement are actually trying to go get her. All 17. So she runs out the front door. The kids are running through windows, they're running across lawns, running across backyards. They go through houses.
Every house they go through, the majority of these kids are hurtling themselves through the goddamn windows every fucking time.
And all the neighbors are just looking at like, what the fuck is this? They're not reacting. They're not calling anyone. They're just watching this old woman flay around screaming, getting chased by all the missing children.
Like 17 kids.
Yeah, where she is eventually grabbed by one of them. She's tackled down. They all rip her apart with their bare hands.
Literally tear her apart limb from limb.
And after she dies, the spell breaks. Josh Brolin's character was possessed and was strangling the teacher, so he goes, follows the wanton destruction that happened.
Massive insanity, yes.
Yeah, to find all the kids. And there's a narration that like, okay, so Alex's parents, because they're mind controlled for so long, never fully recovered. So they're in an institution now. Alex left the town to go live with an aunt. All the kids were reunited with their parents, and eventually they learned how to speak because they were all traumatized because they were held like in a spell for a month. And
but then also probably went through the same like mental debilitating shit that the parents went through. So they probably also had to get like medical, like psychiatric help.
And there's actually originally that end narration wasn't going to be in the film.
I think I would have been fine without it.
It didn't.
It's in there, but
you know how like test audiences can like sway things, you know? Yeah. So the test audience were like really upset because it's like a really cold ending. It's like, oh yeah, and then these kids maybe learn how to
see like if it just closes on that with nothing else, and no answers,
also,
it could be like, what the fuck?
There's also allegedly there's supposed to be another chapter that follows the witch. And like to see like from her perspective, because she's obviously old. Because when she meets with the principal, she's like talking to him. She's in this like gross makeup or whatever, and she brings up what's the old name for tuberculosis? Because he makes a comment about it.
I don't know. Rickets. I have no idea.
Here, I'll look it up.
I feel like tuberculosis was always called tuberculosis.
It was called something else in like the mid 1800s.
You mean to tell me Red Dead Redemption 2 lied to me?
Red Dead Redemption the end.
Phythosis, Tabes, the White Plague, King's Evil, and Scrofula. Maybe.
I couldn't remember to tell. I
consumption.
Don't remember that part.
Consumption. She says consumption.
That was supposed to be tuberculosis.
Yeah, consumption was tuberculosis in the like early 1800s or whatever. So
I thought that was
he makes a comment. Yeah, because he makes a comment about it. Because he's just like, oh, that sounds like something from the Oregon Trail.
Oh, so the implication is that she's been like
that she's like hundreds
like
of
the 1800s years.
Yeah, sure, at least like
okay.
yeah. So
Okay.
but yeah, I thought the movie was good. It is probably like it was okay. Like I think Barbarian is a little bit better.
Really?
But I think that the ending was really funny, and it's kind of worth it for that.
Absolutely. So,
Even if you don't watch the movie, just watch that scene when it eventually gets ported digital and it's on YouTube or whatever, because it's so funny. But yeah,
although I think you do kind of need the context of the movie.
You do need the context, but you don't. Just watch an old lady run through around and get killed by children.
Yeah, that's still fun.
That's a robot chicken skit.
That is absolutely. So I'll just say this at the end of the day. For a lot of you, for many of you who don't know, Zach Cregger is absolutely never seen Whitest Kids You Know. Please do yourself a favor.
Wow, you're cutting it out a lot, Keeg.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out. No. Am I? Do I sound?
You're good. Keep going. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Zach Cregger is a legend. If you don't know who that is, please watch Whitest Kids You Know. Absolutely work of art. Love it. That was my childhood. Anyways, I fully love and support. Glad to see getting this like mainstream love and attention that he often like deserves. With that being said, I honestly think I enjoyed. Both movies are fun. Both movies have their issues. I think I liked Barbarian. I think it might be the scarier of the two movies, but I think Weapons is potentially the objectively better film. Either way, I don't know. I'll have to give it a thought. But my biggest thing is that there's so many, I shouldn't say so many. There's a lot of plot holes that just leave me asking more questions than giving me answers. Like the whole thing is that so aside from the whole thing of like the mother of Alex inviting and bringing this woman, that the implication is she doesn't even know. Why would you bring in a random stranger into your home that you don't even know? Like if it's like out of the goodness of like you have a child?
My theory is that she goes place to place casting spells on people or whatever. So she probably got one of the relatives, and it's like a trusting relatives. Like, oh yeah, like she mind controlled someone. Be like, oh, auntie, whatever is here.
So it kind of begs the question of like, is she even blood related or not?
Probably,
because I think it's
probably
left
not.
Open to the interpretation of like, it could go either way. And that's sort of where like it loses. Then it's the whole thing of like the whole crux of the story is the kids leaving, going. Why did they get taken? Why specifically these? Why were they taken? Right. So the whole thing is like they were taken in the first place because the aunt needs energy, and is going to take the kids, the energy out of them, and make her better. But if the implication or the thing is that these kids have been in the base for an entire month, why did she not do anything with them? Right? You go through all of this effort to abduct and steal and take control of these, and then you do nothing for a whole month.
I think it's a slow process.
But like, does it have to be done all? Does it one by one?
Yeah, I guess if you have general questions about like this witchcraft stuff, like maybe it's like based on a legit spell, maybe it's not, but like and by legit spell I mean like, like in some ritual people like would practice, like as in like and maybe it doesn't work, I don't know. But
I had a smile on my face from the ending. Like the ending was so that like it was just so enjoyable.
Yeah.
But like the credits rolled and I'm like, what was the fucking point?
Yeah.
Like I think there's a couple of like decently huge like plot holes that just left me asking questions that kind of begged the what was the point?
Yeah.
Right. You went through this whole process of, and you just put them in the basement. Okay. And then everything happens, and then
Well, I mean, like,
okay, we gotta go. But like,
yeah,
where are you gonna put 17 children?
I think she's just gonna leave him there. I think she was gonna take Alex, finagle her way to get him into another school system and do it again in another town.
Right. So I just the whole purpose was like the kids are taken, the town is upset. There's a lot of parents who have lost. Which, by the way, like, that's kind of fucked. That like of all of the families, Archer, like Josh Brolin's, the one person who like. After 1 month, you're telling me after 1 month, all these families are like, I'll get over it.
Well, it's because we don't focus on those families. Like as much as like they're not like.
You would think they would form a support group.
Yeah.
Like this is the other thing.
I mean, maybe it's there. We just don't see it because we don't need to see
it. I suppose. So it's just it really just there's a lot of plot points in which I'm just like,
I get you. But I have one more thing, like just the final thing to say about the movie. So the movie was in a bit of a limbo state because of the writer's strike. And originally, Josh Brolin's character was going to be played by Pedro Pascal, who plays Mr. Fantastic in Fantastic Four. So we're going to talk about Fantastic Four now. So I can gush for a bit.
Segue.
I fucking loved Fantastic Four. I genuinely think they got it right. They are probably they're legit like one of my favorite groups in Marvel in general. I like them more than the Avengers as a group. And I think, yes, I love the Fantastic Four. I don't like, I'm not like individually they're in my top 10, maybe Ben, but like as a group, I love the Fantastic Four. They are also the beginning of the Marvel universe in a sense. And they got them perfectly. Like every single character was like, great, spot on. Like to the point where like Reed Richards is a bit autistic. Okay. Like good on them. Like I love how they I think they did everything well. Even like they got Ben, like he's actually Jewish. Like he's it's actually
acknowledge his religion.
They acknowledge his religion, which is something they don't do. They don't. Allegedly, like 20 minutes ish of the movie was cut, and it was a lot of Ben's subplot because he's kind of like he's there in the film, but he's not like a major focus. Yeah, with the love interest played by that other lady from Orange is the Black.
The other thing that I like kind of forgot about that I'm personally upset about is they cut out John Malkovich Red Ghost plot point. Because like you see Malkovich in the trailers being like Red Ghost being an old man. And then the only thing that they did from that is Pedro Pascal just donkey kicking an orangutan.
Oh, fucking orangutan. Yeah. It's because they gotta fucking, it's like, this is how they set up the universe. It's just like a montage of them. It's like, here's the Fantastic Four and how they were made, and here's how the villains they fought, and
it was sort of like that one moment is them highlighting Mr. Fantastic's.
Yeah.
So I get it.
I think it's very interesting that like Reed isn't as stretchy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So okay, do you mind if I like go? I may have to like info dump and like give you my opinion, and then I may unfortunately have to start dipping here real quick. So here's my thing. Long and short of it, I thought it was a wonderful film. I think it was fine. Greatest Marvel movie ever? Absolutely. Worst Marvel movie ever? Absolutely. I think it was very fine. I think it was good. I enjoyed it. The Fantastic Four as a group, I enjoy them. I personally don't think that I enjoy the the Fantastic Four as much as, say, the Avengers. I think the Avengers so than the Fantastic. I think when I was younger, I think I had more enjoyment towards them, more so maybe because of a recency. You know, they were more of a focus back in the comics back in the day. I don't, but no, I absolutely agree. There would be no without the Fantastic Four doing what they did, you know, back in what, the 60s? I mean, they debuted in the 60s, right?
They debuted in November 61.
So I might be saying something that will absolutely piss off Isaac here, but I'll say this for like the groups in the Marvel universe. I think don't really think I enjoy the X as much. I know. I'm already.
I mean, that's fair. Honestly, I don't see you as an X-Men person, so
I think they're okay. I think just it's whatever. So I think I enjoy the Fantastic more than the X-Men, but I think I enjoy the Avengers Fantastic Four. Maybe it depends on the time of day, mood I'm in. This exact moment, that's kind of where. Either way, I think the movie was very wonderful. I think really at the end of the day, the main focus of the two characters that had the most focus and attention and like really kind of the big focus was on the Storm siblings of Johnny Storm and Sue Storm. Like they kind of carried the movie for the most part. And you kind of earlier, like Ben Grimm as the Thing, like I feel like didn't do as much as I think he would. And listen, go ahead.
I think the arc he had in the 2000s movie, at least the first one, was so well done. I don't know how they would have been able to top that. Then again, this is a Fantastic Four has been around for like 4 years or whatever. Yeah. So like we don't have to worry about that.
They did the whole like Spider-Man thing. You know, we did this once in 2005. We did it a second time.
Yeah.
In the origin story. So like they touched upon like the origins of the Fantastic Four and how they got their powers in like 2 seconds. And then it's like, okay, they got their powers, which is fine. I will say this right now, and I think I'm going to die on this hill, and I need to be very careful with how I'm saying this, but within the context of the film, so just the events that are film beginning to the end, Mr. Fantastic did fucking nothing that entire movie. Let me say this again, and I want to elaborate. Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards, did nothing successful the entire movie. What I mean by this is everything within the confines of the very beginning of the movie till the very end, what he did prior to the start of the movie, like whatever, start the mission and get the powers and whatever. Every plan, everything that he did pretty much failed.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly, because they didn't know exactly what Galactus was. They didn't expect that like Silver Surfer would catch on to their plan, or they didn't expect Galactus would just like stop where he does to go find Frank.
It was almost to a comedic effect that like
everything he comes up with is a great plan for the most, and it just doesn't work out.
Shit.
Yes, yeah, it falls to shit.
On paper.
Yeah. It's good on paper. Like, you know, they didn't know what Galactus was. They didn't know. They were just like, oh, Silver Surfer shows up, talks about Galactus, and then like they're like, oh, let's go get Galactus. Let's go like see what we can do. And he's just being this big dude, the size of a building they can't really do much against. You know, they're like, okay, we're gonna unite the world to build these devices so we can teleport the planet. Oh, He caught on to our
Silver
plan.
Surfer comes in,
So and yeah, destroyed everything. Okay, I have an idea. We have one teleporter left in the middle of Times Square. We're gonna use this teleporter to teleport Galactus all the way over there because he needs his shit.
son. I'm gonna use my own son as bait. Lure Galactus over. Johnny, you're gonna blind him. I'm gonna steal my. Put in a duplicate baby carriage with an empty nothing. Oh fuck! Galactus caught on, son of a bitch. Like everything that Reed Richards did fell
not
to
work.
shit every single time.
But
And
it
then
shows
Sue
that they
Storm
fixed
or
it.
literally the other 3 members have to step in and literally save this guy. And it's a little disappointing because like actually kind of, and again, something that you already alluded to. I'm a little disappointed in Reed Richards because not only did like everything in the confines of the movie, all of his plans fell through and to shit. He didn't really use his ability, like special effects, the visual effects of it were all right. Like I think they managed okay, but I was kind of disappointed that he didn't really do much abilities wise either.
Yeah, it's like you know what it is? I think it's because like his powers can be kind of gross and very effects heavy.
Suppose?
His powers are really gross. If you really think about it.
Yeah. But like, there's ways around it. Like, there's ways to be done right and like look cool.
Yeah.
You know. I suppose that maybe you could. The other 2 movies made in 05, well, 3 in 05, 07, and 2015. You can kind of make the case that those movies focused on and maybe didn't put a lot of focus on Johnny Sue.
Well,
like this movie is kind of like doing that to kind of, you know what I mean?
Well,
maybe I'm wrong. I haven't seen the other movies in a hot minute. So maybe my memory is
like Johnny is like Johnny and like Sue are kind of a major focus of the second one, and because the first one's more Ben and Reed. Yeah, and then Ben and Reed are more the focus of the first one.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And like Jessica Alba, you got Jessica Alba.
You got Jessica Alba. Yeah, she's got it.
She gotta be sexy.
So, and then so my whole thing is, this movie could have been helped if it was a little bit longer.
I think it's like a recent problem where some of these movies are not, because the same thing happened with Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts could have been a little bit longer.
With that movie, I'm actually okay with the time, the runtime. I think it actually ran just enough, and I think it got away with it. I think it was just. But this movie, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't it like 1 hour and 59 minutes?
Yes.
Like it's literally
like 50,
just a
or 55 or some shit. Like it's like
just a hair under 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it has to be 3 hours. God no. I'm not saying it has to be 2.5. Like throw in maybe an extra like 15 minutes in there and see what happens. Might make a different movie. I think at the end of the day, it was a wonderful movie. I think it was just too comedic how like underutilized Ben Grimm and more specifically Reed Richards, and like it was almost low key kind of that like after they come across Galactus, and Galactus is like, give me your, the entire Earth dies, and like Reed Richards, a father, is like, listen, the math, the math, one life for 7 billion lives. And like Sue Storm is like, Jesus Christ, dude, that's your child. Dude.
It is a train. It is the train car scenario though. It's like, do you sacrifice? Yeah, it's a trolley thing. Yeah, it's like, do you sacrifice? Yeah, because like Galactus, I like how they alluded to that. Like Galactus needs Franklin, because Franklin it's kind of what happens in the comics. Franklin eventually grows up to be like a Galactus type character. So it's like, okay, I understand why he wants Franklin. I don't know why Reed told everyone. I think it's because he's autistic.
Yeah,
But
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think you should tell the planet Earth. Oh, hey, there's this.
I decided to do this because I did not make his deal because he wanted my son. Like I truly think it's because he's autistic. He didn't want to. He just like legitimately told the truth at the wrong time. Like he did not need to say anything.
And that's again, it's the world's smartest individual, arguably on the planet. Listen, I am no genius by any means, but like, if I were you in that situation, I would have given at least a little while. I wouldn't have told the truth in that situation. Because now you have the entire planet Earth saying, "Kill the child." You know, doing a little Alex Jones meme here.
They show that like people are fickle. Like you could be a hero, and this is just a real life thing anyway. Like you could be like the best person of all time, but like if you mess up in some kind of way and it's not something that's fully understood yet, people will turn on you.
People will turn on you in droves. Absolutely.
Yeah. Because it happens all the time. It happens with like celebrities or whatever. It's like,
easily.
oh yeah, like I did something, but it may not have been fully or whatever, maybe fully realized. Oh, well, we don't care. We hate you. In the matter of like an hour, like, oh yeah, now we don't like you because like you did something and we don't fully understand the situation. So we're just gonna paint you as like the problem.
Yeah. So I just it was so like everything Reed Richards like did not go his way. And in my mind I'm thinking, this is the world's smartest individual in the fuck?
Just because they're smart doesn't mean they understand people or certain like situational cues.
But
like, because he went through a stressful situation. He just started talking because they immediately put him on a podium and like he started talking and he said too much. It's like he asked for something and it's like, well, what do they want? And
Good.
like, oh,
we have to bring back the
myself.
awkward smart guy. I'm tired of Robert Downey Jr. You know, he played Iron Man.
I'm
smart guy, but he was all like, "Hey guys, haha, you want to do some lines of coke?" And it's like, all right.
Like Reed is an awkward person. Like he truly is an awkward person. He is like he's the smartest person, but like he doesn't like, you know, he doesn't understand like social cues sometimes. Like sometimes he just like focuses too much on his work that he doesn't like spend time with his, you know, or like he's like, I really have to get this done, or he's like, I'm hyper focused on finding this one item in the, you know.
Maybe I have to go back and rewatch the movie within the context that
Yes, because even yes, because there's a part where he's talking to his son and he's just like, look, I know that there's something wrong with me. I never figured out what it is, but to me, you are perfect. And I'm like, okay, yeah. He just admits that he's undiagnosed autistic or something because it's like, I know something's wrong with me.
Let me ask you this, Buckaroo. In the comics, canonically, is Reed Richards autistic?
They do not. He is undiagnosed.
Oh,
because he is the exact same way. He's just like he focuses a lot on work. He doesn't like pick up on certain cues. It's more of a modern retelling, at least from like the 2000s onwards. But like it's like, yeah, it's like because like why is he like he has a hot wife, a whole ass family, but he's like, you know, he hyper fixates on like trying to get certain tasks done. It's like, why is that? You know. It's like,
I'm horny. You need to have sex with me. Shut up, woman.
Well, sometimes he's like, you know, it's like, yeah, I'll like he'll rock Sue's world and then he'll like go to the lab or something, you know, while she's just like quivering in bed because of how because he made his like testicles into a propeller that rubbed her clit or something, you know, like, he's very like there's a moment where like he's doing some work and then his son or like his like Sue comes in and he's like, hey, your son wants you to read a story to him. He's like, yeah, well, I made a robot to do that. I got work to do, you know. He's like, why would I have to do it? I made a robot. Because even like he's like, it's like, oh, you gotta build the crib. Well, I have Herbie doing it. It's like, well, that's something for you, but like Herbie's doing it.
Okay, I'll just say this. This is the other thing I forgot to mention. Herbie stole the movie. I will say that right now. Herbie, what a stud. What a legend. You know what? I'll say it.
I mean, he is
I'll
the
say it
marketable
now.
plushie. But
I'll say it now. Marketable plushie. But you know what? Better father to Franklin than Reed Richards is. I'll die on that hill. Fight me. I will absolutely die on that. He is a better father than Reed will ever be. And we saw that in a span of 2 hours. God damn it.
I think the standout character to me was Johnny, because they didn't make Johnny just this horn dog. Like, yeah, he is like obsessed. He's like really likes this woman. Yeah, but he's not. He's actually he goes to space as a teenager. Like he's actually really smart. But like people focus too much on the fact that he likes to like flirt or whatever. But like, yeah, that's a big part of his character. He likes women and all this stuff. But he's actually like very brilliant. He's not like
honestly, if anything, Johnny Storm was more a bit of a genius compared to Richards, because at least he succeeded. It worked.
Yeah, and he figured out an alien language on his own.
An entire language just by the power of boner. He was like, I will commit. I will do this. I will speak to Shalabal.
Yeah. So Shalabal in the comics is Norn Rad. Do you know Norn Rad's Silver Surfer, regular Surfer. Shalabal is his wife.
Yeah.
But in this, they make the wife Silver Surfer.
I miss when Silver Surfer was a man. Media have to make her. Shut up.
I think the
Hope and Seed.
Yeah, it's like alternate universe. Like, you're really gonna complain about a sexy silver lady, like who actually surfs, by the way. It's really cool. They surf and like they go into like they have like a neutron star or whatever, like a black hole, and they like ride those, you know, like you see like a black hole has little yellow lines around the edges of it, right?
Yep.
So they have to go around that to try to lose Silver Surfer, and she's actually legitimately surfing. Like when they're in hyperspace, they're doing like a hyperspace tunnel, and she's surfing on the edges of the tunnel.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's really sick.
Cool scene. That was
a good tense scene in a movie that only has legit 2 action sequences. Much.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Like, it's actually like really. It's a good choice, but like, yeah, it's like that whole chase scene where they escape Galactus and they have to go through hyperspace or whatever, and then like the moment where Galactus shows up.
Let's talk about 2 more things, and then I may have to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Talk about Galactus.
No
talk about the credits, and then I gotta go. But what did you think of Galactus?
I think
he is the whole big bad of the movie.
I think he looks great. The actor they got to play his voice, whose name always escapes me, it's like Ralph Innes, right?
Keep talking. I will.
Yeah, please do. Like, they did a good job. They actually made a practical suit for him. So like, of course, it's enhanced by CG.
Ralph
but like, Innocent. Thank you. He does. He looks spot on to Galactus, but like he like looks alien enough where he's not just a big dude, but he has like textures on his face. It's really interesting. The way he eats planets makes sense. And it's like less cumbersome than like in the comics where he has to like set up a bunch of machines. Basically, his ship is so big that he can just burrow into a planet, suck out the core, and then go out the other side.
Eat it from the inside out. Yeah.
Yeah. So like it just crashes into the planet. It's just a giant like cylindrical drill that just goes right in, gets the core, because he needs to eat the core of the planet, which is like a thing he needs to absorb the energy. And it just goes out the other side, and then all the molten core goes into these cables in his back.
Yeah.
They don't get into why he like needs it really. He's just like, I'm hungry.
I hunger.
And honestly, they don't need to.
It or I die.
Yeah.
I think the design was cool. I think the whole and I'm to understand correctly that he can shrink and grow. So like the size that we see him at is not necessarily like him at his biggest.
No, he can go.
He can literally be.
He can grow bigger,
like the size of planets, if not. I think
they
understand.
picked a I think they picked a good height. Like you don't want him to be like, yeah.
They don't want to
And,
get to, like planet size, and it's like, well, how?
Yeah. And
are you
I
gonna beat
loved
this?
I loved him just walking through the streets with no care. They did a good job of explaining why there's no civilians because they're all in Subterranea.
Subterranea.
Yeah, Subterranea. I can never say it.
Yeah, no, you're all good.
But yeah, they make a good explanation of why there's no civilians on the street, so he can just they can smash through buildings and do all this stuff without any actual civilians getting harmed. They show off like he just has he just shrugs off everything they do, with the exception of what Sue does at the end. Like he's just like, oh, I got hit in the face with fire. Oh, that sucks. Oh, Ben Grimm punched me in the face. Ow. But like he just kind of keeps going. Like they really captured how powerful Galactus is because like these 4 fuckos can't stop him.
Yeah. I think the design is nice. I think I don't have too many issues with Galactus. I do love the fact that like pretty much canonically speaking, there's really no way to kill or destroy Galactus. You outside of like just getting rid of him for the time being. And so I do love the fact that like at the end of the day, the way they defeated Galactus is just sending him through a portal, putting him pretty much on the opposite side of the universe.
Yeah, because
Stranded.
he needs his ship to actually move around, which is something I love. I don't really like Galactus who just floats through space and doesn't need assistance. I like that he needs a ship. I like that he has a home base and he has like energy pylons or whatever stuff. Like he needs all these like extra shit to do things. But when he if he doesn't have it, it just kind of is like, oh well, like
he's just a big dude just floating around space, and there's really nothing he can do. So like the whole implication is like he pretty much is immortal to an extent, and
he has
so he's
died.
Just floating around in space.
Thor has killed him before.
I was gonna say like there are certain ways in which, he can die, but most
Thanos killed him before in like an alternate thing.
Yeah,
like he has died, and like but like there is like a legit. There's like multiple reasons why he eats planets and stuff, but like they and like I said, they don't need to explain it. Because then, like, people might read it a little bit too much into it and be like, "Oh, is that going to be something?" When it's obviously not going to be a thing. Hey.
So, what did you think? Are we ready for Robert Downey Jr.?
I think I like the second end credit scene more than the first one.
Hold on, wait. There was a second?
Yeah, the second one is the cartoon.
Is the what?
The cartoon.
I think Wikipedia screwed me.
Yeah, there's a second end credit. You left after the first one.
Yeah, we left.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, no.
Son of a.
So what are the end credit scenes?
So the second one is it's a cartoon they play of like the Fantastic Four. It's just like, oh, here's Ben, here's Sue, here's Reed, here's Johnny. Just like an old 60s cartoon, but like here they are displaying their powers. That's all it is. It's just like a fun thing they allude to in the show multiple times, but like that's it.
Even
I thought
in
it was really fun. Even the trailers, yes. Yeah. In the second one is it cuts 4 years later after the events of the movie. Franklin is a 4-year-old, and Sue is sitting there. Yeah, mid-credit scene, sorry. And Sue is sitting there with him, and she's like, read him a book. He's like, hey, I want you to read me another book. She gets up, goes into like the kitchen or whatever, comes back, and she sees Franklin talking to Dr. Doom. But it's Dr. Doom. He's like knelt down. You only see his back, but he's holding his mask in his hand.
He's holding his mask. You
don't
see the face. You don't see anything, and then it cuts to black.
Yeah, the end credits for this movie and Thunderbolts were filmed relatively recently.
Back to back.
Because they weren't filmed when the movies were being filmed. They're filmed recently because right now all the actors are on set for Avengers, whatever the fuck it's called.
Doomsday.
Yeah.
Yup.
So allegedly, it's Robert Downey behind that, which I feel like they paid him $5 million to Robert Downey, and that's his asking price or something.
Probably, most likely.
That motherfucker was in Spider-Man Homecoming for like maybe collective 10 minutes, and he got paid $10 million.
Holy shit.
Easiest 10 million he could ever make.
Yeah, he's allegedly making like a shitload of money for this new movie or next two movies. So
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice that like we're not getting another movie. It's interesting choice that I like, but we're not getting another movie until I think is it Spider-Man or Doomsday is the next one. I don't know.
Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to be the next MCU
Okay, good.
release, and it's
because it comes out in July. Yeah,
as of right now, it comes out. The release date is July 20th of next year.
So, honestly, good.
Good.
Yeah.
I think of the three movies that we got, not all bangers, but I think for what we be okay.
I think we've been in a period for the past couple of years, and I kind of blame Disney Plus, where it's just been like constant movies and stuff that aren't like fully fleshed out, or the idea wasn't fully realized because life situations happen. So I think we're now back on track. I think Captain America was the last movie of that we don't know what we're doing era, and Thunderbolts was the start of it because at least now there's a idea of what's happening.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah. So if you have any other words, Luna and I are gonna gush about Evangelion.
And maybe also War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds. So Luna's been relatively quiet and calm, so it's good for me to fucking go on about.
Look,
stuff.
it sucks. I had nothing to add to either of these two movies because I haven't seen them.
That's okay. Anyways, Luna, what did you think of Evangelion?
On my fourth rewatch, you fucker.
Gotcha.
He loves to do that shit. He loves to do that shit. I don't know if we'll save Ava for the end because of that.
Yeah,
but I do want to intervene though, talking about some things that I read.
Look, my child has decided to join us.
Oh, she did.
Oh, look at that. She's here now, making noises. Go ahead. She'll join the conversation when she can.
Give her a couple years.
Yeah.
So I should have waited to read Chainsaw Man, not when you were describing earlier, because I was listening to that. But I should have waited for when we did all this, because I could have read it. And the newest chapter ends in a very Shinji way, and it's one of the funniest things that I have. Honestly, it might low key be one of the funniest moments I can think about in this series.
Okay.
In the way of it's we're dropping a bunch of lore that is very important and the situation is fucked right now. Anyways, here's something kind of funny. And it's very... I said Shinji, didn't I? Dingy. Not my fault. They have similar names.
Shinji.
Very dingy of him.
I didn't even fucking realize. Oh, shit.
But, yeah. We, audience, rewatched Evangelion. And I say that because Isaac and I think, have watched it 4 times each at this point.
Yes. Yeah.
We showed some of our friends it for the first time last night, because everybody had to go to bed and it was just me and one of our other friends who might not be there the next time we watch. I went ahead and I showed him End of Evangelion as well, because he really wanted to see it. And I was like, well, if you want, we can watch it now so that then next time, if you're not here, we at least have this. So that's what we did. And this ties into also with reading. I have never actually read the manga. I understand that it functions as a prequel to Evangelion, and I'm not going to get any further into that. But much like Rebuilds, it functions as a separate thing, but similar. And but yeah, I'm glad to have rewatched it. It's been a while. I love Evangelion. And I love that some of our friends could finally watch it, enjoy it. But this also ties into something I want to say. Isaac, I'm going to be honest with you. I think Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, and The Walking Dead have done irreparable damage to the television show enjoying audience.
Okay.
I say this
what
as
do
an
you mean?
anime
Because
person. Okay, so
yeah, okay,
look,
okay.
I'm going to be honest with you. There's got to be a payoff of watching like 6 seasons of characters and of being surprised, like, oh, this person died. And the weight of that holds a lot, right? But I don't think you need like 6 1-hour episode seasons to have any weight with things in a story. Like dead ass.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That is my take.
You don't really appreciate the slow burn.
No,
right?
I'm fine with a slow burn. I like slow burns. You know I do. We watched Twin Peaks. I fucking loved that. But I don't need every show. Like, okay, let me use an example. Chainsaw Man, 12 episode run, right? It's almost 1-to-1 for like the first, 10, 11 volumes of the damn manga. 1-to-1. And it feels so good. Could it have been a little longer? Yeah. Could they have went a little further for the first season? Maybe. That would have been cool. But it doesn't need to. Cyberpunk, Edge Runners, right?
Yeah.
I didn't need that show to go on for longer and to have longer episodes for anything to like have a deeper meaning for me.
I
wish it would be a little longer, but it isn't like where I'm like, damn, I wish instead we got 13 episodes and they were all like an hour long, you know?
I think, because I brought this up to you, I think I would have cared more in spoilers for Edge Runners, but this, whatever, we're in the spoiler section. I think that I would have cared a lot more about characters' deaths if we spent more time with them. And I know it's cyberpunk, so it's like, things can happen at any moment. But
well, I think more the point is that it does have weight with the deaths of the characters, but it also doesn't because that's just the world they live in.
It is the world, yeah. But like I personally didn't care about most of the characters dying because we don't spend a lot of time with them. Like his mentor, the black dude or whatever, him and his girl, we don't spend a lot of time with them. And like, yeah, they had a meaningful conversation, but like, I was like, oh, they died. You know, I cared more about what's her name, the one with the big hands that like, Becca. Yeah, I cared more when she died, because she was here from like the beginning. Yeah, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm more affected by that. But like, yeah, I would have, because no one had any faith in the anime because it's like 8 episodes, right?
Let me double check. I want to say that it is 12 episodes as well, but I could be wrong there. Okay. Continue though. I
would have taken at least another 2 episodes.
I mean, yeah, no,
I'm not saying we need 40-minute episodes, but I would have taken
10,
a little bit more.
10 episodes. Yeah.
Okay, I would have taken
a couple
12.
more would be nice. Exactly. Like I can understand coming from that point of view, but I do think shows like that. I'm using those for example because those are like big live action TV shows that set like standards, right? I'll throw Breaking Bad in there too. I think those shows have some effect. Where let's say you have someone that like watches those shows more, watches like these live action shows. These shows that on average, I think most live action television for like a long running show that is plot heavy usually runs for about like 45 to an hour, which is usually 45 because commercial breaks and shit like that. I think it sets a tone and an expectation to make everything really, 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 really have to have a weight for it to matter. And like I don't know. I'm not like that. Like I can play a game that's like shorter than like your average like JRPG. I mean, look, Death Stranding and its ending hit me so hard because of the like 100 and so hours I spent with it. And because I was paying attention and I realized what was happening and I got all upset and started crying and stuff and totally didn't pause the game and text you and ask if everything's going to be okay, that this isn't how it is. And you totally didn't just think that you were just going for a walk and
Look,
have no
I'll be
confusion
honest,
as to why I was like panicking texting you.
I'll be honest. Audience, if you're still here, I zoned out at the final or the second to last cutscene of Death Stranding 1. So I had no idea what I was doing. I just knew that the pod had to be put somewhere, and I was like, "Oh wait, I'm going to the incinerator." So I had no idea what was happening because I wasn't paying attention to Dead Man talking. Because I was like, I beat the game, and then I was like, I think I was talking to my wife or my or maybe I was changing a diaper at the time. I don't know, but I had no clue what was going on. So it didn't affect me as the way it was probably supposed to.
I did because I was like, holy fuck! I'm like, this can't be happening. You're not like I remember I had to pause it. I was glad because I was home alone at the time, and this was a few years back. So I'm gonna be honest with you, 100%. Not a few years. This was maybe like 5 years back. This was Luna pre-estrogen, just like bawling her eyes out. Like just upset extremely. Look, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really see myself having kids, which is fine. Not exactly interested, but I have never cared about a child any more than I did when finishing that fucking game. Let me tell you. And yeah.
Because that's an interesting thing. Because I was like, I like Lou. Don't get me wrong, but like, I have my own kid. Like at the time, like Lily was like a couple months old, so she, is like, okay, I've been through the newborn stage already, so
yeah. But yeah, I love Death Stranding. But back to Evangelion.
Yes, Ava.
Yeah,
yes.
we showed that to some friends. Our artsy friend hated the entire run of the show until the very end, where he's like, "Oh, this is actually good," and I wish the previous 24 episodes that I watched was this instead. Which I still stay to the point of view that I think he would have liked it if he would have been paying attention. And because I stressed it a lot that the show is subtle, and if you pay attention, there's a lot you can get. I like when Ray died the third time. He's like, "See, she's not dead," and I'm like, "No."
Oh, that's so funny.
She died. She's like, I literally like before it even like fully explained. I'm like, she fucking died. It's a clone.
Yeah,
I was like,
I was thinking like, oh, they explained in this episode, and Lou was just like straight up just told her like it's a clone. Like, oh, it's fine. But like, yeah, it's like obvious.
The issue was it was very obvious, and it was the case in point that our other two friends who had never seen the show could clearly tell something the entire time was wrong with Ray, and they kind of allude to it heavily, like it, and that's what I think is wonderful about it, and I would put it to some extent with Twin Peaks season 3. Why I like that. There's a lot in it that doesn't make sense till you finish, like till you know everything, and then it makes it really cool. And I only use that because I use Twin Peaks because that is said friend's favorite piece of media, and we watched it. Or I don't know if it's his favorite, but I would say it's his favorite. It's up there for me even.
Yeah.
Because I loved Twin Peaks. But what I will say is it's like that. Like, there's a lot of details that don't make sense until you know the full picture, and you don't know the full picture till later. I was telling some of the other friends, I'm like for example, there's 2 episodes early on named Ray 1 and Ray 2. Now you don't have the full context to that, and then you see an episode named Ray 3 in the episode list, and you're like, oh, well, I watched Ray 1 and 2, and that's like with the with Ramael, if I remember correctly, and they shoot him. So like, okay, that must be a 3rd episode focused on Ray, which is part of the thing, but you can also see the greater picture of there's 3 copies of Ray that have been in this somewhat quote unquote in this series, as you saw her in the past as a child when she got strangled to death, and then you see her more recent model, and then you see her die again, and the third one shows up in episode Ray 3, which then kind of, now you have a secondary knowledge of, like, you look at the title names, you're like, Ray 1, 2, and 3. Wow, it's kind of spelled out right there, but you gotta, like, it's spelled out, but you don't know until you know. And that's, like, one example that I would use. And there's just, like, there's so much of the show, and I do love it. I do love rewatching it every so often. And showing new friends and, like, hearing their interpretations. But yeah, let me tell you, even to the point of, it's like, now you kind of understand why Asuka's fucked up. Yeah, I don't care. I still hate her, and it's like, damn.
Look, I didn't like Asuka either, but like, I was like, okay, I understand why she is the way she is.
Yeah, it's like, oh, she found her mom hung herself, and she also cut up the doll that she insinuated was Asuka, so that has the meaning of she killed herself and Asuka in her mind. But Asuka's the one that found her hung like that, and, like, the thing on the floor. That explains why she's so fucked up. And I think if you watch the show and you don't take it as, like, if you don't, these characters are realistic in the fact of, like, some of them are teenagers and they're, like, actually going through puberty and just, like, fucking weird little pubescent freaks. And because of that, it can make you kind of sympathize and understand these characters more and their flaws. And even just, like, the traumas that they have make more sense when you have, like, the full picture of, like, oh, they're all flawed. There's, like, massive depth in all their characters because of that. And I love it for it. And then there's cool robot fights, and the cool robot fights happen, and then they're gone.
Yeah, it's like, because, like, I like dumb action, and I would appreciate it if we got a little bit more dumb robot fights.
Yeah,
I
can
know,
understand that.
I know the movie, especially End of, will have a good one.
Yeah, EOE basically gives you, like, the robot fight
like,
you wanted the
gives
show
me
to
the
end
one
with.
I want. Yeah, so I'll get
To
it.
be fair, the
know.
rebuilds kind of give you quite a lot of robot fights and a lot of cool.
Yeah,
action
exactly. So,
sequences.
like, I think I realized through this rewatch that I like the Rebirth films.
Rebuild films.
Like, I still like the show, of course,
Yeah.
but, like, I like the films more.
You can like Twin Peaks season 1 and 2. Maybe you're not the
Yeah.
biggest fan of the movie, but season 3 is pretty good.
Yeah, exactly.
See what I did there?
Yeah. Quick little side thing about Ava, because it's actually weirdly convenient that this happened today. So, I went to the comic book store to pick up a comic that I, like, had the guy hold on to for me, right? And him and this other guy are there, and the guy who owns the store has a blue tank top with Lilith on it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, nice shirt. And then I was like, and he's like, oh yeah, Lilith. And I'm actually rewatching through Ava right now. And then me and these other two guys were talking about Ava for a couple minutes while they, like, cash me out and stuff like that. And I was like, this is really convenient that I go into the store now and happen to find someone that I can talk to Ava about just IRL, you know?
Right when you just rewatched it.
Right when I just rewatched it.
You know what I think is also the most important? I was talking with another friend of ours that like watched it, and she was telling me one of the, like, most interesting things, and she was like, I wish I watched this when I was younger, because she was talking about, like, she felt very seen and, like, related a lot to a lot of the characters in regards to just, like, them and stuff, and, like, I get that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I watched it when I was 17. I don't remember when I fucking watched Ava for the first time. It was around 17 to 19. It was in that range.
I personally didn't relate to any of the characters in that kind of level.
That's
but
because you're, like, normal, Isaac.
Fair enough, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't like. I didn't relate to them like that. I guess, like, maybe Pen, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, Pen.
Yeah. Pen.
No, but you know, the one thing I will say, Kaoru needed more screen time in Ava, and I love that. I do think the idea of getting mad that Shinji would like him so much is very it is an argument you can have if you aren't paying attention to the greater picture, I think.
Yeah. I liked his character so much, but like it's just like this happens really quickly. I'll be honest, I actually don't know the flow of time in the show.
It
know what I
is
mean?
very odd. It's a full year
Yeah.
at least through the entire like series. But
Okay.
even without the flow of time, you still have to take into consideration, right? It's maybe like either like a few weeks to like I want to say a few weeks is how long that episode runs for, like time wise.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's why
from the
it
multiple
feels
tests
like
that they take.
yeah, it feels like time really progresses in that third to last episode, where it's like because like they have this whole like situation, but like because of the way it's kind of framed, it seems like it happened in the course of like a day.
Yeah.
You know?
But like even so, even with it being like a kind of a quick thing of like barely like getting to know him, I think when you take into the idea of like all the trauma Shinji's already endured, you know,
Yeah.
and
It's
he
just like
never
this is the
really
breaking
like.
point.
Well, it's not only that; it's just he's never really had anyone that treated him like Kaoru did.
Yeah.
You know, no one gave their like honest time and just like was like, hey, I really care about you and I really like you. I really love you. Fuck you, Netflix. Gay. Yowie Jesus will stay Yowie Jesus in my eyes. You won't make him whatever. But anyways, I think the idea of like someone very quickly coming into Shinji's life like that and him just like kind of like insanely falling for them in regards to the way things are.
Yeah.
I think the idea of that being like, well, that's very silly and stupid. It's like, is it? I mean, recently he had to, let's see, in the past like few months or so, he had to watch as his own body in front of his own eyes brutalized someone that was just like him, which come to find out was like a classmate friend of his, and he thought he killed him, but he didn't. He got like basically there's three angels like back to back that basically molest like each pilot in the fact of like essentially Shinji is forced to penetrate the one that's the giant goop shadow on the ground, and then essentially Asuka gets absolutely like penetrated by classical music from that one angel that's up in the sky, and quite literally Rei gets penetrated like to an extreme physical extent by an angel even. And like, you know, you go through all that, you go through the fact that like Shinji's still like trying to cope with just piloting the Eva in general, and then also just having to sit back and watch as his like friends fight while his Eva's not allowed to fight. And you know, you go through all that trauma that he's had, that like Asuka is essentially comatose. Also, Rei died, and now literally the episode before, Rei died. He just found out Rei is a clone. Rei has something to do with his mom and his dad, and Rei is like a soulless being that he even says in that episode where he meets Kaoru, like he doesn't even know how to talk to Rei anymore. Right?
Yeah.
And so like then you have someone and the coping mechanism of like Misato trying to cope with losing Kaji and the things going on in Nerve, as well as just like Shinji being isolated and isolating himself even further. The idea that he like fell for Kaoru so easily and so like quickly, it stops being like a, well, that's kind of dumb, and you're like, actually no. Yeah, when you consider everything that happens up to this point, it completely makes sense. But like, yeah, that was just my little rant of
Can I
about
it,
Yowie Jesus and why we love Kaoru.
can I say
Yeah.
just it's still on time, it's still late, but like I love how like, and this is why like I always wanted more action with the Ava units.
Yeah.
I wish, because like especially Ava 1 is so iconic, right?
Yeah, Unit 1
And
is iconic.
It's not a typical like quote unquote mech.
Yeah.
Because it's not, they don't have like a bunch of weapons hidden inside of their suit, like a bunch of guns and stuff like that.
They have to
They're
like
just
get
really,
the weapons.
they have to get the weapons. They
And they're
most of the time they
clunky.
stay. Most of the time they stay plugged
Except
in.
for in the rebuild movies where they're.
Yeah.
But that's for other reasons.
Yeah, but like they're tall, they're lanky, they move like people.
Yeah, they don't move like the cool, epic, fast robots.
Exactly. But like yeah, they have to use like conventional, I guess, firearms. They don't have like hidden weapons within them. They just have a knife. You know,
Yeah.
like
It's
these
like having
might
a
as
knife
well
and a
just be,
sheath on you.
yeah. They might as well just be people. And I know what
And they,
like I know,
you know.
yeah, but like it's like wow, it's like actually like really cool that they made a mech that's so simple compared to other
Yeah,
ones.
to some extent, it is really simple.
It's really yeah. I mean, it's not simple, but it's
Yeah.
really simple.
You know, the thing that sucks about Evangelion is it's really cool, but the problem is there's always people that ask like the deeper questions, and the deeper questions, it's like I was explaining to Jake last night about. I'll keep it vague to you because you'll know what I mean. I was talking to him about the moons and like elaborating further on you know, Adam and Lilith. And as I was doing it, like the deeper like world building narrative thing for that is like found in a PS2 game and its PSP counterpart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's more what I mean is like there's a lot in Evangelion that you can if you have someone that's like a lore nerd, they can actually tell you like fundamentally every aspect of the story in like a crazy way. And it's just like it's nuts. And it's so much information. Like the idea of anyone like forget it. Like I forgot things. Like when we watched it, I said like, oh yeah, you won't really see those guys when the committee showed up because I was more inferring then they become Sele.
Yeah.
But then they showed up like 3 more times, and I was like, you know what? I kind of forgot about that because I swore they showed up as Sele earlier.
I remember they show up, and I think they show up again, and then they become like obelisks.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize. I forgot how many times we actually
it's actually
see
like
them.
3 or
yeah.
4. But yeah, no, it is something, you know. Yeah. After that, we have War of the Worlds, the final thing.
Yes.
You know, we saved it like a WrestleMania final match, or like a reveal trailer for that one thing you wanted to see at PlayStation's all access. What the fuck? State of Play. Yeah, State of Play. The last thing's the thing you wanted to see, and you had to make it this far. Haha, gotcha.
It's the one more thing at the Game Awards.
Oh yeah, one more thing. But yeah, War of the Worlds was a really
Jeff
bad
Keighley
movie.
crying. War of the Worlds is probably the best like 3 out of 10 movie I've seen in a while.
Right.
I think it's a movie you should not watch alone.
Yeah.
It maybe not even watch it with your significant other. You should watch it with a group of friends.
Yeah.
Get some drinks, get some cocaine, whatever,
Okay, maybe not that.
And watch it with your friends. At the 40s, hop in the car right after, watch it with your friends while driving in the car. Like it is legitimately one of the best group movies you could watch.
Ice Cube's so fucking funny. It makes me want to drive in oncoming.
I just can't wait. I can't wait. Oh my god. I'm just gonna drive into this person's house. Hopefully they're watching War of the Worlds. I think it is. We need movies like this occasionally. You know.
Yeah.
A movie that everyone collectively shits on, but likes, but not in an over the top degree. You know, I didn't need this in theaters where people were shitting themselves and throwing their popcorn. You know.
Yeah. It really is funny. I think it's been the most entertaining and fun viewing experience I've had this year. I haven't seen a whole lot of movies this year. Don't get me wrong, I loved Superman, but Superman was it was a movie that I watched and I was like, oh, this is so good. But let me tell you, I was laughing and having a way better time watching War of the Worlds than I was Terrifier 3, and you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. Just saying. I don't know. I think that says a lot, at least in my
you
opinion.
hear that? You hear that? I know you're not watching, but fuck you, Alec. We
No,
like this more.
No, that's we like this
That's
more.
exactly
Whoa,
what you
wait, Isaac, you agree?
No,
Would you have a better time
I
watching,
think-
Terrifier 3 or War of the Worlds?
okay. If I was watching these movies
More
by
fun.
myself, well, yeah, okay, by
And
myself.
the viewing experience with us, not by
If
yourself.
viewing experience, I liked War of the Worlds more.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought it was more because we were.
Well, both
I
of them
always
we
liked-
watched with a group of friends. To be fair,
Terrifier 3 is me and one other person.
that's a group of friends.
It's like 3. Like the other one was like 5 of us. You know.
I think there was only 4, right? There was like me,
Well,
you,
'cause
Jake,
Jake was there, and then
Alec.
Scully.
Oh yeah, I forgot Scully was there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, you know,
But it was like Terrifier 3. It was mostly me making comments and then Alec making comments and then sometimes Scully made some comments. And then Jake giggled.
I think it was I think it was a much better viewing experience because like of how bad it was. It wasn't
exactly. To be fair, it's
yeah,
not because it's a better movie. It was just like more fun.
Yeah. I just had more
Which
fun
bad
with
movies
it.
can be more fun than good movies. That is like
Yes. We need to, as a society, appreciate bad
I loved
movies.
watching Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me. But like I don't think I had as much fun watching Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me as I did watching fucking War of the Worlds. And like I'll admit that.
I feel you on that. I did not enjoy
I
that
loved
movie
that
at all.
film.
But
I loved that movie. I found it so funny that it was Alex's second viewing of that movie.
Yeah.
And like he was like, you know, this is funny because like, you know, when I originally watched it, I was like you, Isaac, but you know, on the second watching, I'm actually way more where Luna's coming from, and I'm like, it's peak.
Yeah, no, I was like, I nope. I glad you had fun with that. But I think if War of the Worlds was better, it would not be fun.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Like if it was generally good, if it had, I guess the best scene ever where a submarine hits. If it had that, I don't think it'd be as fun. Actually, honestly, that sounds kind of cool. But
yeah,
like,
exactly.
You know,
Yeah. For some
I don't
further
know where it would
context, we
fit.
went to like r/War of the Worlds out of curiosity because people were like, "Oh, they're melting down over there," and when we went in there, they kept talking about this scene. And we were like, "What the fuck are they talking about?" And it's basically where like this boat rams into one of the tripods, and it's like really cool. It sounded like a really cool scene, like how everyone was saying it was, and we were like, "Damn, huh."
I think we because we also well, at least I heard. I don't know if you heard this, like that the movie was on the shelf for like a while. Like this was made like a couple years ago. And like they decided to release it now or like July 31st.
That makes sense.
Of this year. But like yeah, it's like and like it is kind of like a big Amazon product placement. Because one of the main the main plot point or main thing that gets like the plot rolling is an Amazon driver who uses like an Amazon drive.
Yeah,
People order
Amazon
a flash drive on Amazon.
Yeah.
You know, I love when like a couple, like a romantic couple, like they have two completely separate like occupations. Cause like the Ice Cube's daughter is like this like scientist who's experimenting with like cannabis or whatever, and then her boyfriend or husband is just an Amazon driver.
Yeah.
I love it. It's like, oh, like this girl's like the CEO of a company, and he like, you know, makes wicker baskets and sells them on Etsy. You know,
Yeah.
just like two completely different occupations that are like one's like the primary breadwinner, and the other like a fucko or whatever who's just doing things for fun or something. But like I was like, oh my god, they got Roderick to fucking
Real.
be the main like the main
The main
saving
fucko.
the main fucko, I guess. Yeah, like he's the one who saves the day.
Yeah, like low key.
Yeah. And it's like he's like played as a joke because he's just like, you know, this like
Yeah, he's
an
like a
Amazon
goofball.
driver. He's a goofball. He's a silly person.
Yeah. He's like just a silly little guy.
Silly guy. We haven't talked about Ice Cube much in this film. Yeah.
He's a overprotective father that works for the NSA. And he's sitting in his NSA office the entire film on a computer, just looking at the camera saying shit. There is some really good reaction content out of this movie if you just throw shit on a green screen, and it is really funny.
And his like weird, like slightly like unmotivated delivery for like emotional moments, like when his son like
Gets
dies,
vaporized.
quote unquote, or gets vaporized. Or like he finds out his son has been hacking the government because like
he's like the big villain
twist.
hacker that was at the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah, and it's like I was like, okay, yeah, of course it's the son. That makes the most sense. His father works at NSA or whatever.
And he's
like,
also been like hinting at things that only the hackers knew.
Would know, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, because like the main thing is that the aliens are just looking for data. So they're just like going to data caches and just getting data. But like all these tripods like are like at certain moments just stationary items and no one tries anything. I know like they say like, oh, they wiped out communication, so like they can't communicate the tanks or whatever. But like I'm pretty sure they all just go places and sit down.
Yeah.
And it's like the war takes place, it must take place in a single day, right?
I think.
Because like there's moments where it's just like, oh, and humanity is winning. Yeah, we're winning. And there's like, oh no, they're losing. Oh no.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, is that a single day where like the tides have turned like 3 times?
Maybe.
I guess so.
I'm actually not sure. Yeah, the passage of time in that is really bad. Holy fuck,
really
wait, what?
What the fuck is up with this? Why does this keep happening?
Yeah. Huh.
Because it's like War of the Worlds. It's like, it's a single day war, you know?
Half-Life moment.
Yeah, right. Like it's not even nighttime when like the final sequence happens. It's like still like the sun's still out. So does it take place over a couple of hours?
Maybe. That would kind of make sense. I like the part where the president looks at the camera and looks at Ice Cube and he's like, "We're gonna win this war of the worlds." It was actual dumb shit, and I love it.
I would have loved he said 2025 at the end.
I would have too. I really would have too.
You have any other thoughts of the movie?
Honestly,
I just thought it was too funny.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. I can't tell you anything that really happened in it because it is kind of forgettable, but it was really fun.
Yeah. Well, I know he controls a Tesla because his daughter gets like severely injured.
Yeah, his daughter's pregnant and severely injured, and
so he like takes control of a Tesla. So maybe it's a Tesla commercial. But like he takes control of a Tesla.
They must have had like a deal with Tesla.
When I used to go to the movies a lot, whoever I went with, I would always lean in when like a product placement. I'd just point out the product placement.
Yeah.
So I lean in as like Nike, or like I like Dodge Ram, Bud Light, Snickers,
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4: Diamond is Unbreakable.
Yeah, see exactly, just shit like that.
Which I use as a there was I can't remember what Asian country. There was like a soap opera, and they reveal that a character is gay because he has 2 JoJo figures on his desk. And I mentioned this to my friends, and I'm like, so this means that Ice Cube's son
Son
is gay because he has a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure poster. Wall scroll, really, is what it was. It wasn't really a poster. But then we also come to find out Ice Cube's son wasn't in their house, which was kind of stupid. It was a fake out death that was really dumb because apparently he was hiding his like trails so well that they thought he was there. But somehow all the other hackers weren't hiding the trail where they were, which is kind of dumb and weird.
So what happened is the sun was bouncing his signal, so they just didn't.
Yeah, but like,
fully
why didn't the
trace
other
the signal.
hackers do that?
Like, do they? Yeah, I feel like they would. Yeah. Like, why weren't they? Yeah, why weren't they bouncing their signal? Oh,
Yeah,
my daughter's sleeping now.
That's
Great.
kind of it for everything we went through. Hopefully by the end of this week I'll be done with God of War. I'm kind of doing like 3-hour sessions ish to 2-hour sessions every morning when I'm able to. So we might have that done by next episode. God, Isaac, I really wish you'd fucking read Chainsaw Man already so I can talk about that shit on the show with you.
I feel like now I'm gonna keep it as a bit. I won't do this, by the way, but I'll keep it as a bit where I just don't. But I will actually.
Yeah. Thank you for not doing that. You would mentally put me into
I
anguish.
know. I'd have you like Shinji in the end of the show.
Yeah. You'd have me screaming in the mech. Well, I think that's gonna do it for the episode, though. I think this is gonna be longer than the last one, which is fine.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
Fuck it, whatever.
Anything you want to plug, Isaac? I don't think you have anything you plug. You don't really. This is
don't
the only thing
really
you're
have
on.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
pretty much. So subscribe to Lovedens. Yeah, she's really great.
Why'd you say Lovedens or Lovedens?
Lovedens.
It would be Lovedens. Like there's no
Lovedens.
You can't have
I guess so.
Yeah, because
Lovedens.
Yeah. But yeah, we will see you all in the next episode, and stay tuned for more losers in their library talking about Glup Shido and stuff.
Hell yeah.
Bye.